30 seconds to battle.
Perfect.
First blood. My sting.
First blood. It was ours all along.
The battle begins.
What happened to me? Cloud9.
Denied.
On if the Nightmare is put onto the Abaddon. And apologies to those watching in-game, the mic is back on. Sorry you missed out on the draft. It was a pretty quick one anyway. But AUI in some trouble right now in the bottom lane. Jakiro, he's going to go down, making it 1-1 right now, putting VP Polar on the board. Can they get another one? Bone 7, only level 1, doesn't have leap, couldn't do it either way. 3 mana to his name right now, and taking a lot of damage on the way out of here. Aggressive tri-lane is running out of fuel.
If the clarity had been popped by Lil just a moment sooner, like let's say 2 or 3 seconds sooner, then they actually could have followed up into the magic missile, and again, no leap to disjoin it, so that should have been a kill, but Lil was very hesitant and he wanted to do it, and then he pops it and immediately loses it, so kind of a hesitation moment for him. But in the end, we're just going to be seeing a 1-for-1 across the board. AM, though, very much more confident in this lane now because he has the Aphotic Shield behind him. He has a 4-man shield, and he'll probably have 1 point in his passive spell shield. He's going to be able to just, through this triple shield strat, allow him to just be very aggressive, very active in his mana draining, and of course, just not eating arrows. Lil will dodge to the east.
Yeah, and well, double damage on Bane. He's out of mana though, no Nightmare, so I don't think they're going to get too aggressive down there until they can at least start off with the Nightmare. We'll look over towards middle. Eternal Envy farming really, really well. He's 12-6, even getting good denies, although Mag 11-3 on one of his signature heroes here, the Magnus. And up top, it's Phobos versus Fada. Phobos at 9-1, Fada 8-1 on the Brewmaster and Venomancer, respectively. So both the mid and that off lane going very, very even 2 kills apiece here in the tri-lanes that clash. Looking at the farm, Mirana 9, Anti-Mage 4. Cloud9 maybe with a very slight advantage down here, but all across the board, it's very even.
Yeah, very even. I would say that although Bone 7 has more CS, he gets less value out of it per gold point compared to the Anti-Mage. So the Anti-Mage isn't terribly upset about the situation, but of course he would prefer to be getting a ton of farm. We do see on top lane that ZK Phobos will connect with a Clav, be met with a Gale, and only get 2, maybe 3 right clicks in as he finally turns about. But down bottom is kind of a dive here as they are looking for an opportunity. They have a lot of spells in their arsenal. They split them up. That's the big thing here. They get everybody split. A weird little leap from Bone 7 though, and Illidan gets shielded up to keep dealing the damage. It's going to be Lil to go down first as, no, he gets healed. He's still alive, and Illidan's going to jump onto Bone 7. They bring him down. Nobody has fallen on the side of VP Polar, and Aoi might fall as well. There is going to be a blink coming out in just 3 seconds time from Illidan, and he will look to finish off the twin-headed dragon. Magic Stick not going to be enough to save him here. It's a double kill for Illidan. Won't be able to go for the third, but just the fact that I didn't lose any heroes in that, as the nice heal from FNG came out onto the Vengeful Spirit, puts them in a really good spot here, and the rune spawn will go to Abaddon as well.
Well, at least it wasn't a first blood double kill to the Anti-Mage, but still, a double kill to the Anti-Mage. He's not getting a lot of farm, but that really boosts him up. Just to check his net worth right now, 1,600. The highest right now is 2K, so even with 5 last hits, he's pretty much up there in the top of the net worth charts here in the very, very early game, about 4 minutes. He'll get his Ring of Health right now, and with that, he can sustain this lane a little bit better. I think all the supports on both sides, some respawning, some running back to base to heal up. Everyone was getting pretty low on mana down there. The only one to stay was Illidan, actually, as he did, again, get the Ring of Health. So we'll see if they can maybe try to have a go onto the Anti-Mage while the supports are gone. Or if those supports will just rotate. We already see Polar, or Little, here going up to the top lane.
Yeah. So it's interesting that in this particular try versus try, magic sticks aren't as relevant as they usually are. Usually it's like whoever gets magic sticks first has the sustainability to win the skirmishes. But in this case, pretty much all of the spells you're using are at least 10 seconds on cooldown. So although still there's probably 2 spell casts per person, they're not completely spammed out. Kind of varies whether or not it's going to be effective. We do see this magic missile flank coming onto Fata here. The Plague Wards will scout him out in a moment, but it's not going to prevent the stun from coming through and him from taking a lot of damage here. With the clap, he will be going down, just trying to trade his life for that of Lil, but he'll be able to TP away, and the damage over time will not be enough. So it is going to be a nice little clean gank there, but in his absence, maybe they can make him play down bottom.
Yeah, they could have maybe got a kill if someone TP'd up top, but you can't really TP up top. Like, if Pylai goes up top, then it's Bone 7 versus this Anti-Mage, and then Illidan just gets more than you want this Anti-Mage to get in the early game. He starts getting some farm on top of that double kill he just got. He's up to 10 lasted, so they're kind of locked in this aggressive tri lane a little bit. VP Polar, I think, less so. I mean, we already saw that rotation from Venge, and that nets a kill. It's 4-1 for VP Polar right now in the early game, but this Lycan is still farming really, really well. 34 and 7. It's getting quite a bit. He just spent all his money and doesn't have much of anything, so something must be on the courier, something big. It's a Medallion of Courage is going to be his first item completed and coming out.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if you mentioned this verbally, but of course, Aoi2000 did what he often does, taking the mid lane in lieu of Eternal Envy. Eternal Envy rotates to the jungle. He does this on TB and Lycan in particular, and he does it very early on, around the 5-6 minute mark. So he's in the jungle. Aoi2000 is getting solo experience and is doing fine on this mid lane here. So he's going to be able to kind of go for a semi-core, as he definitely likes to play that kind of 3.5 position, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, the good news is Jakira's going to get some farm, maybe have a Yule Scepter before 20 minutes. The bad news is now it's just like a pure Bone 7 off lane. Maybe Pylai comes around eventually to help out, but Illidan's going to start getting a lot. And this tower might even fall. Bone 7 in some trouble, needs to use that lead. Can Little get in range? He can! He actually gets off that magic missile! And that's going to be a kill there. Wave of Terror going out. It's actually Little that gets it. He's 3-0 and 1. He's on a killing spree right now. The little Venge that could.
1 creep kill, 3 hero kills. That's the priority system right there. But
why farm creeps when you can farm heroes?
It's very true. But now we have this build up for the Anti-Mage here. He's finally going to get the free farm he's always wanted. And there's not really much the Mirana can do to disrupt that. As you mentioned, the support rotation away pretty much gives that lane back to AM. They did delay his farm a little bit, but I wouldn't say that they completely inhibited it. Anyways, up top, DK Bubbles went for Tranquil Boots as a way to sustain against the Venomancer, but you gotta remember, even if it's just a basic Plague Ward auto hits you, it will break the boots for that 13-second cooldown. So
I guess the armor and Tranquils helps against the Plague Ward right click, but I don't know.
Seems like a weird, do more magical
still seems like a weird choice to me.
Yeah, if you look at the Venomancer build, it's 1-3-3. The Plague Wards do more magical damage than physical.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, I guess if you have like 5 consecutive auto attacks and it keeps refreshing, then that doesn't really do the same math. But in either case, it's piercing damage. It does 75% of the expected damage to heroes, but it does double that damage to creeps. Brewmaster actually being forced back here. Fata used his Gale, and we're gonna have to see those Tranquil Boots do some work. He's gonna be off the lane for a little bit.
Yeah, well, if he really wanted to, he could use the 7 wand charges to just get back into laning, but generally you want to save the heavy wand charges for getting someone to baiting them in for a kill, and then you heal up, or even just keeping them in case when you're actually in danger.
And using him for mana as well. He wants to be efficient in that capacity.
Mag standing ready to try to get the RP skewer to RP either way. He's got the mana boots and 1400 gold as he looks towards that blink.
Abaddon should die here, I think, if they see him. But it's going to be the yellow coming back around. DK Phobos is going to catch an IED, and it's going to be the Shapeshift and Problem Split both going out.
Wow,
they won't
Warcraft
tornado
around. Oh, not quite. They didn't quite get it. He's able to run out. Meanwhile, FNG, without the Nightmare, will take an arrow to the face. Pilot Eye and Bone 7 going to get caught up in the RP. That was Mag. Now Little coming over. He's like, again, I'm not hitting creeps. Trying to get another hero kill up here. One more attack. It's actually the Shockwave from Magnus that'll do it.
Dire's bottom
Give it the
tower
double
is
kill
under
to
attack.
Mag. There's your Blink Dagger. He's got it in about 100 gold.
Very nice. Pilot Eye down bottom is taking a couple of mana. Look, he just TP'd the lane. He has his two spells, and he got right-clicked twice by Anti-Mage, and suddenly he's completely out of mana. Essentially a walking range creep. That's very unfortunate. But yeah, in that situation, essentially the Brewmaster ultimate was used to nullify the Lycan entirely. You can't do surrounds as easily on Lycanthrope because his hitbox is reduced, his collision size is reduced, so he's able to go through paths that most heroes normally aren't. But still, they used the tornado once or twice, and they were able to wait it out, force him into retreat, and it was just pretty much a 2v2 from there. They kill the Abaddon, obviously they kill the Bane and the Mirana, and Magnus comes out pretty well ahead, as we do see now on the Courier. The Blink Dagger is arrived. But
That's really nice.
But still, the Venomancer has gotten some good farm up on the top lane. His net worth is only at 2,600. Could be a bit better, but if they can combine Gale into Arrow, find a kill on Brew, it'd be different.
Seemed unnecessary from Mag on the Magnus, but why not? Skewering people up the terrain, he can blink off in a couple seconds. So he's got that blink, big core item for VP Polar. Looking for the other Blink Dagger is the Brewmaster, who's sitting at 1,400.
Oh, big arrow, but do they have the DPS? He doesn't have a split to get out of this, and yeah, with the Medallion and big right clicks from those maxed out wolves, they'll take the Brew, and I think they'll take this tower.
Oh, that was a big camera fail on my part. I was looking at Brew. I didn't see Mirana. I looked for Mirana, and then I missed all of it. So whatever. That's what a long day of staring at a screen does to you, I guess. But bringing down the tower as well. Venomancer helping with the push. He's got the maxed out Plague Wards right now. Mag is going to come to help. I guess just stop the push. And that's a big kill on the Brewmaster. I was just pointing out he had 1,500 gold. They'll take away about 300 of that. So trying to delay his Blink Dagger, because when you got the clap and the RP coming in, like blinking on top of you, Anti-Mage has a blink already. Like, it's going to be really hard to find those kills. Bane and Mirana have been able to set up a few, but Bane 0 and 2. We look at Mirana also dying 3 times, 3 and 3. So their hands are bloody on that cast, as you would normally expect, right?
Yeah, but
Illidan, look how aggressive he's getting.
One more hit, it's going to be the Aphotic Shield. We'll bring him down. He went in, and I really think I got to question his judgment there. Like, he went and traded hits and then brain zapped him, and again, that leaves you with absolutely no mana on the lane. He's just going to keep diving you, and in this case, he went for an Enfeeble play, which was enough distance for Illidan to just jump on with the Aphotic. So, nice little kill there, some good money going towards the Abaddon, and the Battle Fury remains uninhibited.
Yeah, looks like Abaddon's going to be going towards the... He's got the Sage's Mask, so he'll probably be building up that urn eventually. Battle Fury, yeah, like you said, uninhibited on the Anti-Mage. Blinks there on the Magnus. We'll look at Brewmaster. He's got Tranquil Boots and the Wand still. Trying to get to the Blink Dagger, the next big item. And Little trying to complete some treads. We'll have to go to the top rune. I think, was that Lycan's voice picking up the haste?
Radiant's bottom tower is
Anti-Mage.
Anti-Mage.
But 1-7 without a leap will be secured back into a magic missile here, and he will be going down.
At least he got the bounty rune.
Does get the bounty rune. We'll get the top that. About 1301. But we do see down bottom that Fox is going to pop both of his spells onto the Anti-Mage here. The Aphotic Shield will take off the Gale being connected. And FNG is actually dropping very low with his ultimate here. The Sting, the Nova.
Oh, the block.
But it's all the more important for Illidan to get that kill. And indeed he did.
Yeah, Little's here though, and Illidan, I don't know, he wants to go back in. Only 1 point of the spell shield right now, but you're also completely out of mana if you're Fata. He gets the Gale there. There's no damage, only the strike. Can the Plague Wards bring him down? Illidan's even going to lend his right clicks, and he will live. Ring of Health is going to be... Just kidding, Pilot Eye. Coming from the tree line, the assassination there. The Creature of Nightmares coming through. He's got the Fiend's Grip. First of the game as he hits level 6. Throws it onto Little. Little dying very, very quickly, but Wand's up. He won't go down. And now Mag coming in for Pilot Eye, and even though Pilot Eye dies, the fact that he had the drive-by on the Anti-Mage is definitely worth it here.
Yeah, and it's also distraction time. Like, although the play of going for the Venge nets them absolutely nothing as far as actual kills, it's space created for Eternal Envy to, with the double damage, the Medallion, bring down the Roche pre-Vlad's. That's actually really big. So they're going to be able to get the Aegis up on him. That'll be about the 13-minute Roche timer. We'll start those cycles, and starting those cycles early is really important for a Lycan Dire team in general, because it's not just not just getting Roche in the first place, it's how many Roches you get in the future, because it is kind of that renewable resource on a dedicated timer. So we'll see that he will be able to have the Aegis scout out with the Wolves and get, of course, that big gold experience boon. Actually, Illidan just being harassed out of his own jungle with the Medallion. The Wolves doing some work there.
That was expensive space, though. That was a 2-for-4 trade. Cloud9 lost 4 heroes, while Eternal Envy was busy in the hyperbolic time chamber that is the Roshan pit.
Nice.
He's working on it, man.
Bone 7 looking for an opportunity, but Pi doesn't have his Fiend's Grip just yet, so short-range arrows will not be getting them any opportunities here. Ben's probably going for Medallion herself, just for some good casual armor and maybe a chance to kill somebody off in the right situation. DK Phobos, as you mentioned, his blink was delayed, but it is now arrived. One issue is going to be mana, though. Magic Wand is good, but the lack of Arcanes kind of sucks. Illidan taking some big hits here. The Medallion is no longer afflicting him, but he still is pretty low on HP and FNG. He's going to have to be forced to use Borrow Time.
Use of the illusions. Making the Borrow Time proc on itself.
Now a new
blink for Phobos. Moonlight Shadow went out, though. It's, what, half? No, actually just ran out right there. So Phobos, they're going to spot him out. He can go ahead and clap if he wants. Maybe he claps. He doesn't have mana for the ult. There he does. He wands up. He'll find it for the ult. He wants to go on EE. Actually, they'll just Cyclone him up and focus other people. FNG is going to go down. He will deny himself on that heal. Mag is now going to be Fiend's Gripped up. Good positioning by Pylite Guy. The swap goes through, but is it too late? Magnus and the Abaddon already down right now. Brewmaster still in his ult form. He's going to come out now. He's like full health as well. Not a lot of mana. He'll try to blink away. Venge to fall. Theta, the only casualty right now on Cloud9. VP Polar have lost 3. Phobos trying to get back to his side of the map. Arrow. No, not an arrow. That was a noise from Lycan. My sound, I can't even hear it today, apparently. But Phobos able to get out and escape. Courier, that must be what they're going for. Cardi in a little bit of trouble.
That would have been really disastrous if they mismicroed that right into everyone. But, yeah, he makes his way out. He survives. He'll live to see another day. In the meantime, this jungle is now essentially Cloud9. It's like they still have the Aegis. They're actually going in for a stun combo. DK Phobos doesn't have an ulti, but they will wake him up from the nightmare, only for him to eat an arrow. The disengage is real. We see up top, Illidan forced back by the Venomancer. Still doesn't have that Battle Fury just yet, and he really needs to just step on the farm. Like, he was in a trajectory for a really well-timed Battle Fury despite the aggressive tri-lane, but because these last couple of fights haven't been 100% positive for him, he'd rather just be farming, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job of keeping him out of the jungle and off the lane.
All right, well, I flip over to the net worth chart on the left there. A little late, sorry. Kind of got distracted by all the action. All the celebrities, they're so beautiful. 7.6 on the Lycan, that's his net worth. 6.1 on the Magnus, doing also well. Looking for the Force Staff for the Morana. Bone 7 is really Bone 7's third, 6.2k net worth. Also, that's where the Anti-Mage is as well, and you can see he's about 3 minutes behind when you'd really like to have that Battle Fury coming online at 6.1, the Brewmaster at 5.4, and he did win out in that lane. Venomancer, Theta only at 4.7, and the support, normally they don't go this far down the list, but the support, AUI 2000, having rotated towards the middle lane where Eternal Envy went to jungle, he's all the way up to 4.3, so doing really well. The Yule Scepter is done. Just finished it up maybe a minute ago.
Yeah. So the big thing is Morana ended the killing spree, Magnus's mega kill streak, in fact, to get some hefty gold. So a 5 kill streak ended. Morana gets that, and it looks like they're going to get another successful fight. Great choke point here to try to go for the combo. Yeah, Macroplayer Ice Pad, everything here. DK Phobos swapped out, but still going down.
Got him. Auto attack and follow. Big RP though onto everybody. Theta's the one that's not here. Otherwise, it's a 4-man RP, but they survive to fight another day. The Fiend's Grip out. EE gonna go ahead and focus him down. Bone 7 with a double kill, pushing himself up to 2nd net worth. The arrows from Bone 7 have been on point this game. As Eternal Envy continues to run people down, they'll just leave FNGB, whatever. Cloud9, they lose their 2 supports, but they do take down 4 people of Virtus.Pro Polar. It's a 2,600 experience change, about almost 1,600 gold for Cloud9, so really good turn of events there.
Top lane, dropping below half HP to Fonta's push here, has the Aquila on, the Plague Ward's doing work, but DK Phobos will try to frustrate him a little bit here. Blink clap, but the clap doesn't connect, the Gale does, and he gets to walk away. And meanwhile, Eternal Envy stealing a double stack of Ancients from the Radiant side, so good gold just being taken out of the pocket of this Anti-Mage who wanted to farm that with Empower. Great RP, but the even better Fiend's Grip keeps Anti-Mage from following that up, so even though the Anti-Mage wasn't empowered, it didn't matter because he was pretty much dead before he got to cast the spell. So there were 2 support losses on Cloud9's side, and both of them were very close. Pilodai was like in mid-animation for brain zapping to kill off his nemesis and to heal himself up significantly, but he just barely didn't get it off. And then after that, the Aphotic Shield and the Magic Missile chasing down Ali as he stayed very long in that fight. But in the end, they still get a huge favorable trade, doing tons of damage to a tower, stealing Ancients, and obviously getting some clutch kills. So very good use of their early tempo, and it looks like they're going to go pretty soon onto some creeps. Ali's going to snipe up at least 2 of those, and Macropire is a pretty short cooldown.
Yeah, it is definitely an ultimate that you can just throw out to stop some creeps or even farm some stacks. As here we go, Eternal Envy. Can I just start calling him Goku, because I've been tempted to say Goku like 10 times already. Pushing down the bottom lane will bring down the tier 2. Up top is Anti-Mage trying to get some split push on. I think his Battle Fury is being delivered up right now, so it completes it at 19 minutes 44 seconds on top of Treads and 4-man shield. Not really the greatest timing, but at least he has it now, and if he can sort of, you know, keep this spread, I guess, between him and Lycan, it'll maybe be okay. He'd like to obviously close the gap, but Lycan also farms pretty fast.
Yeah, so as soon as he gets the Battle Fury, he tries to blink into enemy territory to steal their camps. It's actually going to be a stolen double damage range. Bone 7 has to leap away here. There's going to be an arrow after the Yules. Great damage on DK Phobos, but immediately dispelled by the shield. Illidan, oh, Bone 7, but he's got 10 HP, and without a Aphotic Shield, they can't break the Nightmare, or sorry, the Fiend's Grip in time. Illidan's still dropping pretty low to that pure damage, and actually they are fully set up to do all the damage they need to here. DK Phobos blinks in, the Aphotic Shield helps Anti-Mage out, and Ali's the one to fall.
Yeah, the burn should bring him down. He wasn't Viz for the Moonlight Shadow. Bone 7, who got away with about 10 HP, was still able to throw out some utility to the end of the team fight. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Jakira goes down, 1,500 XP given up just for AUI's life, and now the free fortification is going to go out on the middle tier 1, and it should fall. TB is going to come in, though. They want to defend it. Morana's up to the north right now, looking to shoot an arrow. Lycan running in from the south here. Who are they going to try to focus first? There's no ultimate here from Phobos, so they don't want to try to take this fight on the side of Polar. If they can retreat, that would be better right now. Hardy, he'll get off the Nightmare. Mag's going to go in. He'll bring back just 1, actually. Brings in Feta. Feta already used the Poison Nova. And now Cloud9 onto a killing spree for Eternal Envy. Going to continue to give that chase. Feta will survive right there. And VP Polar.
A pretty generous term. I would say whiffed. He didn't hit a single person with his shift Q'd Poison Nova. He TP'd, he shift Q'd it to immediately come out swinging with that ultimate, and nobody got hit by it. They're just outside the radius on all counts. So very unfortunate, but the Poison Nova, a critical one at rank 2, could have absolutely destroyed that fight, and instead they get to walk out, they get to kill Pi, and they just lose their supports, right? Yeah, Ben got gunned down very early on. Abaddon stuck around for a bit, but he essentially traded his life 1-for-1 for the Bane. They do take the top tier 2 as well, and the mid tier 2, of course, we saw them push that. So it is worth noting that if Cloud9 even remotely win a fight, that they're able to follow it up with a lot more, and they're still able to fight in between the RP and split cooldowns.
Yeah, they're not as dependent on their ultimates at all.
Another thing that's worth noting is the Anti-Mage hasn't been able to really farm his jungle, as there have been sentries blocking out the western side, so it's been kind of frustrating for him. Fata just dropping intentional plague wards. This last plague ward he dropped was at 21 seconds. Because these things last 40 seconds, that's a blocking plague ward. So it's just 100% intentional to disrupt the Anti-Mage's farm, and yeah, he's forced to just go for push, which team push is not what Anti-Mage is really about with a Battle Fury.
No, not at all. Definitely an individual hero. We'll see Little in trouble. The Fiend's Grip goes out. This one will net a kill. It's just on a support, but hey, it still stops it. I mean, if VP Polar want to take a fight now, it's 4v5. Sure, Bane is right-clicking a little less, but he doesn't usually lend too many right-clicks to the fight. As long as he spaces himself from his team, he won't. It's what, 900 radius? I want to say.
On the
radius 900. No, the Vengeance Aura, negative Vengeance Aura.
Oh yeah, most auras are.
Yeah, 900. So. Top lane, there's the free glyph for the top tier 1. A Mjolnir already finished up on Bone 7. They're going to Moonlight Shadow to initiate, feeling a little sheepish. They don't even go for the complete tower. It's actually still at half HP. They will just run away. I don't know if they saw anyone in lane. I guess it must be Eternal Envy down here in the bottom lane, farming it up. It gives away the Moonlight Shadows to initiate. And now I thought they were going to fake back. They are kind of fake backing on the side of VP Polar.
They got the force.
RP onto Feta, but he's in the middle of everyone. He can throw out the poison over here, and the skewer through. It's like a free force staff. It applies to everybody. Mag is going to fall down. Feta very, very low, lives on about 30 HP, and Anti-Mage dies trying to blink away. They want to go for FNG right now. Feta's TP'd home. He's very safe. FNG looking to turn this around, though, as well as the Brewmaster jumping in. It's DK Phobos looking to clean up, but so far it's a Bane and a Mirana. Mirana's core, but bringing down the Anti-Mage and slowing him up even more, while this Lycan just now, what is it, 6,000 gold ahead? Totally worth it.
Might be even able to catch out Lil if he went anywhere near the creep wave, but as he does not, it's just going to be a quick clear out of this. They've got the movement speed, they've got the crit, and they can just destroy those creeps so damn quick. Lil, whoa, 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 getting the stun up. Goodness, that is a dangerous place to be. But no
swap on AUI.
That's even worse. So Aoi is actually probably going to be the one to be gunned down if DK Phobos gets the mana he needs. Right now just blinking, right-clicking, but there's the missile, and that's going to be a kill. So in that last team fight, obviously there was some really good disruption from Pilai. Made it so that Dendi couldn't follow up with what he wanted to because of the Nightmare, and then kind of ended up sacrificing himself, falling on his own sword so that Fata could live. He threw out the Nova that with Aghanims, and we even saw that although the Anti-Mage has Spell Shield, with the Gale, the Sting, and the Nova all on him, he couldn't even TP out in time. The damage per second is just so insane from that ability, mitigation or not. Nice snipe from EE. Still has that Aegis available. They're throwing out. Oh, they got a gem. Yeah, they have a gem.
I was about to say, they just hit him with like 5 spells blind, so I'm starting to think that they weren't blind.
Yeah. None of them were single target, so it's easy to be confused, but the gem is there on Magnus. It was purchased by him, so Dendi trying to make use of that against the Moonlight Shadow mostly.
I think you've been calling Magnus Dendi for like the last 5 minutes.
I have. That is a mistake. He played Magnus.
No, I know why you're doing it.
Yeah, was it the last game that he played?
Yeah, it was the very last game where it did Magnus in the mid lane, so easy.
Yeah, I've probably not 4 times by now. Shit.
It's alright. I didn't want to correct you, but whatever.
No, you're right. Tata, Dustin. Yeah, he's just gonna throw out some.
It's a compliment, right? Like if Max being confused with Dendi, then he's probably pretty happy.
Oh, let's check the well cam. Lil dropping low. He'll live just barely, but
Radiant's middle tower is
yeah,
under attack.
FNG maybe not so much. He does have a TP.
He's borrowed some time, but
there is the Yule, so there's no way to get out for him.
Yeah, we'll land the Ice Path without it. Pilot die here as well. Doesn't have mana for the team. Good, don't need to right-click him down. No one's coming to the rescue of FNG. He'll get to the trees.
It's an arrow. Can they follow it up? There's an RP. Just the Wolves alone might be able to finish it off. They're invis. They walk right up to him. The magic one keeps him up, and he does have a decent chunk of armor with that medallion, so he will survive against the Wolves. No easy crits before the magic one heal came. So in the end, it's just the death of the Abaddon, death of the Venomancer, but almost half the tier 3 tower in mid's HP.
Little almost as a Yule Scepter, so it'll be a little harder for Eternal Envy to focus him down, maybe, well, anyone really to focus him down, so that'll be nice. We'll pull up the items at large, blink on Mag, blink on Phobos, not a surprise there. Pilot Dice picked up a blink, so that's going to be a really nice pickup for him. Can play back, play defensive, find the Figures Grip when he wants it. The Mjolnir on Bone 7, I know I mentioned that a while ago. AUI obviously has had the Dual Scepter forever since he got the mid farm after a bit. And we've got a Desolator, Necronomicon Desolator Vlad's, and a Medallion of Courage. I think Eternal Envy, he was upset earlier by someone's armor value.
Indeed, and probably will follow it up with the AC just to be even that much more frustrating. If he goes BOT, AC, and then starts working to sell the medallion, he can really deliver a huge amount of damage in a very short span of time. The Necro 3, the mana burn on the Necro 3 melee minion is physical, so that is going to be enhanced by any kind of negative armor, as well as, of course, every single auto attack delivered. Howled up, they're going right on to this tier 3 tower. It gets the Desolator debuff and then backs off so the Wolves can finish the job, but it's going to be the Brewmaster to initiate.
Yeah, he was coming up from the south there, trying to get that side attack. He'll jump off with a Moonlight Shadow. And it looks like Magnus has got blown up on the other side of this fight here from Eternal Envy, just doing way too much damage. Crits there in that ultimate form. And let's see what they can do.
Arrow onto Anti-Mage. It does get shielded off. Eternal Envy now leaving. But look, it's just how fast Mag got destroyed there. A big crit, 560 some odd damage from the Lycan. And yeah, oh my gosh, Illidan going in.
Surprised Faded doesn't throw out the Poison Nova right there. He was pretty close to dying. He will survive. There's Eternal Envy though. He's got 2 lives right now. Phobos does not have that Primal Split available. Also playing Bane versus Abaddon sucks. It's like the worst thing in the world. The Pilot Guy's doing pretty well regardless. Little's going to run in and will maybe get out with the Supplitic Shield. It's going to be pretty close. Eternal Envy still on the chase. Pilot Die even landing some auto attacks. Illidan is going to jump right on him. Telling this Bane to get out of there, but Bone 7 lands a fantastic arrow onto Illidan. FNG now battling it up with Fada, borrowing that time, but they're really just creating some time of their own on Cloud9 as they just bring down the racks, and now they'll go ahead and get out of there. They weren't really worried about killing anyone, and everyone's just dying after the fact.
Oh, it's just so brutal. They just lose life after life after life. Even the spell shield, not enough to keep them alive through this. Mag going down. This is the second time he's been blown up in about a second and a half. The crits, there was a lot of static charge proccing when he was in his first life. This time, it's just the Necro dropping him down, that Desolator doing work, the Drunken Haze, not even enough. And the racks are going to be falling with it. They don't have the respawns to keep this building alive, and with it, it might be their chances here. They don't even get to disrupt too much with a nice Yules combo on a DK Phobos. He will split, and they will be forced out, but they've just lost 3 racks in total.
Yeah, that's never good. The mid lane is completely down right now. I can look back after we see what happens to AUI right here. Was it the range or the melee in the bottom lane? I'm not quite sure, but AUI is in some trouble. He bought a blink up, still has 1,000 gold, and yeah, they got the important one too. Eternal Envy focus that melee racks down, no problem.
Haste.
Yules coming out for DK Phobos? He doesn't even have the components. I'm a little confused on that one.
Did he buy the wrong recipe?
I mean, there's nothing else that he would buy, so I'm guessing it's what he wants. It's just weird.
That is a little weird. Wait, what are you talking about? That's for Little.
It is. Okay. There was a Brewmaster was using the courier and screwing with Lil somehow. I guess the gem was trying to be pulled off of it. Either way, we switch it up. We got the arrow here, and that's gonna be a dead Pilot Die. No Ghost Scepter, no Force Staff. He's gone.
Space created.
Find peace.
I don't know if you can attribute that to a tactical feat. There are many that you can, especially with how
what do you mean? Like it's farming. Space
utilizes the space, but as it stands, unless Bone 7 takes this rain tracks down bottom, which they very well might. That thing's not regenning, and that's a pretty big wave.
Holy shit. Is pretty farmed as well. Starfall can clear up everything.
Why doesn't he just jump in? Did this think it's bait? I guess he thinks it's bait with
He's
everybody
like,
else.
surely they're defending this, right?
Nope, it's gone. It is space created from Pilot Eye.
Phobos is going forward. He's going to try to find AUI once more. There's a very nice for that blink dagger. They didn't quite know about it. He bought it and got it from the graveyard. And that time they try to jump on him. The Yules doesn't damage yourself, so you can't blink out of it. It'd be funny if it did damage. Illidan, Ice Path caught up. Beam Script as well. He'll be able to Manta out after the Aphotic Shield from FNG, but the big Poison Nova goes off. Bone 7 very low. Pilot Die melted, but Mag, FNG, everyone, the poison. There's too much. It's getting them so low. And, looks like they are still going to be able to TP out. Faded didn't really move too fast past the tower, and Magnus will end up dying. Earth Panda, I think, is the only one up, right? So this is Phobos, yeah. Coming to the Earth Panda. They were so close to killing that Earth Panda, which would have been the death of Brewmaster, and it looks like no TP. They are going to be killing the Brewmaster. Meanwhile, all this is actually truly space for the Lycan. Eternal Envy is just pushing up top this whole time, and DK Phobos, he's hard to kill, but they'll get him eventually.
Yeah, with the last tier 3 tower down below, half HP, and the fact that 2 lanes of racks have already been taken down, it's only a matter of time before the split push absolutely destroys these Republic space. Like, they can't stop backdoor protection from happening. You can just chip away at it with wolves if you want, or necros, or you can just go for the full brute force. They made a great initiation, one of the first really good RPs of the game here from Mag, but it just wasn't sufficient. They weren't able to follow it up with enough after Anti-Mage was under so much pressure. There's a bunch of Fiend's Grips and stuff being thrown his way. Good shields are coming out from FNG, but you can never have too much of a good thing. Like in this case, they need more. They need to keep this Anti-Mage in the fight the entire duration, not just kind of in and out every time he can blink.
How many times has he had injuries in this game? He's just like walking over to the top lane, scouting some stuff up. He's dropping the Necros, and right now they're going to engage in the mid with the Moonlight
Take
Shadow,
Radiant's top
and
tower
they actually
has
realized
fallen.
this first. I think Envy honestly went in a little too early right there. If they had just engaged in the middle lane, Eternal Envy would have cleared out the racks 100%.
My
Maybe some
thanks to
communication,
thee.
maybe Eternal Envy just doesn't care. Brings down the tier 3 and the racks I'm sure are going to follow pretty soon. Roche,
The reason
back
he went
in
in
a minute.
early was because of the creep wave in mid was being destroyed. That was what was breaking backdoor production. If he didn't go in
there you
then,
go.
it would be speedy on the tier 3.
The mystery has been solved.
So, forced timing, but nevertheless some good damage. The range racks is full, the melee out of 1k, and the tier 3 is dead. So, 2 structures in the way of Cloud9's victory, and I dare say, if they have a demolition order, then they don't have long to fulfill.
Phobos, he's got a plate mail. That 1400 gold probably going to turn into probably an AC. Shiva's Guard wouldn't be too crazy for him either. I mean, the hero does like some mana. The big magic, what is it even called? Mystic Staff, there you go. 2700 helps with the mana pool, but the way this game's going, I don't think he's going to find another 2000 gold but by the time it's over, so...
Yeah. Here comes a game-breaking pickup from the Bane. Paladai with his last creep camp acquires the 35-minute
35-minute mech.
No, it's a legit item if it wasn't for the fact that they have just absolutely destroyed this game. I mean, the kills scored means nothing compared to if you just look at the structures on the map. I mean, the base has been completely gouged out. They have everything going for them. And it's gonna be an Illidan sniping out the DD rune, getting a nice lucky bash, and bringing down the Mirana very quickly. That rune snipe. I'm not sure why Bone was just sitting on it for so long, but end of the day, they get it, and now it's gonna be Illidan to try to bring down Roach. The Wolf Scout and the Plague Wards in the pit, just causing frustration before the disables come through. But Bane can blink to the high ground here for a great Fiend's Grip, but he knows FNG has the shield, has to wait for it. He actually goes on to the western front.
And there's an RP just onto Pylai. I'm not sure that's the best target, but I guess I don't want to deal with the Fiend's Grip at all. Moonlight Shadow goes out, and there's the dust. It took Abaddon a little while to use it. And the self-fuel seal from Little, but Eternal Envy is just going to bring him down. Yeah, this dog is hungry. It's also at their door. It's just absolutely obliterating them. Fate is going to get a Poison Nova. Looks like off to 2 of them. FNG's probably going to die in base or just die right there. Can't even TP out. And now Phobos, he's left the building. He blinks up. It looks like Paladai wants to follow him. Everyone else trying to give chase as well. The Gale just misses. And now he's going to try to TP out. I don't think they've got anything to keep him there, so he'll be fine. Eternal Envy wastes no time. He goes in, he'll finish up the Roche. AUI already pushing. I think he's liquid firing the tier 4s right now. He's
Roshan
that far
has
into
fallen
base.
to the
Envy
dark.
cleans up the Roche, no problem.
Radiant's middle
Grabbing that
tower
Aegis
is
now
under
at
attack.
36 minutes.
Yeah, again, Intimate just going down to the damage over time effects, just too much with the Veiled Discord, with the maxed agged up Poison Nova, and of course just with the Jakira on top of that. Like, they are in such a good state to bring people down, and DK Phobos eats an arrow. Like, it's just... They couldn't afford any more mistakes that last fight. They're outgunned. They don't have the net worth to try to fight this out, especially not the supports, but in this case not Illidan either. GG should be coming out in just a moment. They do pick off the Mirana, but these racks are so easy for EE to bring down.
Yeah, basically. Anti-Mage giving the Mirana a lot of hate and brought her down twice in the last 2 fights. There's the Aegis, and there's not going to be any shapeshift coming out of this. It's one of the weaknesses he didn't like in that Aegis. He's not even quite able to get that racks. Does get the melee very low to 150, but that will regen. Probably won't really matter at the end of the day, but something small going the way of VP Polar right now.
Yeah, I don't see it being a cause for them to turn it around, but it is still keeping them in the game. Until that melee racks falls, they still can try to win this one. I mean, it's 37 minutes in, the Anti-Mage has Battle Fury and Power. He can clear out big waves pretty quickly, but it's mega creeps that will be the nail in the coffin. We do see the nice defensive heals coming out from Jakiro, but he doesn't have the blink off cooldown to get away, so he will be going down in the end, though in mid, Fata is posturing.
And Vizrune, been a lot of them. He went Veil of Discord as his 4th item after the Blink Aquila Blink Aquila Aghanim Scepter. So, ton of damage coming up from Fata. It's actually ridiculous. He's going to go on it right here. Lands it on both of them. Blinks back. They're going to throw out the Primal Split. Look how fast Mag is dropping down to about a quarter HP. That forced out the Primal Split as well.
He's going to die in Fountain, by the way.
Yeah, is he going to actually die?
He's going to die in Fountain.
It's close, it's close, it's
Bottom
close.
tower is under attack.
It's 15
Dire's
HP.
structures are fortified.
Oh my gosh.
Now the Brewmaster has got to do something about this. He's stuck here, going to get
Dire's
blocked up by
middle
one
tower is under
of the
attack.
Plague Wards. Illidan though coming in, FNG is here. Everyone, the reinforcements for Polar running in, trying to save Phobos, trying to win this fight. They'll bring down Theta. It was a pretty cheeky play by the Venomancer, but in the end it wasn't really worth it. Magnus didn't die, and they were able to get quite a few kills on the side of VP Polar afterwards. Cloud9, well, they're actually trailing in kills, but it doesn't matter. Look at this graph, man. They've been leading this like since the 9-minute mark when their pushing came online. It's just been all in favor of Cloud9.
Dire's
So it's all
bottom
about
tower
tick
is
timings
under
here.
attack.
Venomous Gale drops Magnus down to 9. Poison Nova drops him down to 1. It would have overkilled, but it's non-fatal. Then Sting hits for only 18 after he regened up a bit, and then Poison Nova brings him down to 1 again. He dropped down to 1 HP twice in the fountain, but none of it was fatal. Now we do see Venomous are coming right back up for another quick Nova, but it's just a
Dire's bottom
bloodbath
tower
here
is
on the
under
bottom lane.
attack.
Yeah, Eternal Envy at this point is a little too strong. His singular damage coming out with like this Desolator build with the Necros, and his crit from his wolf form is just insane. He is ripping through people. If he is on you for more than a second, you're dead, no matter who you are in this game. Except Abaddon.
Yeah, no, except for pretty much him being the exclusive hero that could
Yeah.
just say, "Well, fuck your time scale tables. This is borrowed time."
Time to
But,
borrow. That's his catchphrase.
No, we're done. But yeah, Abyssal up on Anti-Mage. Them just trying to hold this last vestige of hope. There's one thing I was going to talk about, and I have at this point forgotten it. So I'm kind of buying
You wanna
time
talk about
to
Denby?
think about stuff. No, we're done with Dendy too.
There's a bounty rune and a haste rune up right now. Roche, if they really wanted to wait for it, is going to be actually a while. Envy did it like not too long ago, but he did feed it with capital E's almost immediately.
I have no idea what it was. Oh well, it'll just haunt me for the rest of my life.
It's all right. Smoke's up for AUI. Looks like they want to just get this game over with. Smoke into the base, find a pick off, end this game. I mean, let's see what's the reparation on the melee. It's actually back to full HP essentially, so that's done well. Cloud9 maybe goofing a little bit here. Fada was trying to make a really sick play that didn't work out, and I guess Envy was as well. It's given Polar another 5 or so minutes.
Yep. So just looking for the opportunity here. Should be DK Phobos getting Yules and killed off.
Phobos, you can't evade Macropire. He will go down. That's a good pick off. He does have buyback right now, so obviously he's going to try to use it. But it's a nice pick off for C9. It's a step in ending this game. Roshan 5. Okay, VP Polar moving in force. They want to find Pilot Eye. They smoked up for this. I don't know why FNG is going first. I guess he's the only one that can take the initiation, but he can't really keep anyone there. There's a lot of blinks in this game. They'll find Theta. Nice defensive nightmare from Pilot Eye. Theta can get off the Nova. He's out of mana because he's being focused down by the Anti-Mage.
Consider
So
thyself
just as C9 find a pickoff, so do Polar. Envy, though, is in that top lane, pushing down quick to the racks. If he can just maybe he picks the range barracks this time, just at least to get another building out of the way, make that lane push a little harder. But he'll actually move off towards mid. The rest of his team going to be poised to push bottom lane. Still, Cloud9 trailing 2 kills, but in no danger of really falling behind. Well, XP's actually almost back to equilibrium, but
So I mean, Charlie, he's got that blink dagger. He can kind of jump on anybody when he wants to, though. He doesn't want to go in and get caught out by the RP. You know, nowhere near a pressure yet, but Mag has been able to at least do some good lockdown and could cause some real issues if the disables did come through. Yeah, Jakiro's carrying Mag's gems, so that's kind of a thorn in his side, is they don't really get to have any map control here. They don't have wolves to scout with. They have to do it manually or with Wave of Terror, and in this case here, the lack of observer wards is certainly hurting their potential to feel safe in their farming. Only one ward on the map, and in a relative... Oh, how he finds it immediately, of course.
he's the best, man. Well, the game has slowed down considerably. I feel like Cloud9 could probably just force the issue up there. I guess they're going to wait for the next Aegis, perhaps. Envy's still sort of infested in this top lane, pushing down. It should be about, I think, 2-3 minutes for that Roche to come back up. And then they'll probably group up as 5 and just go into the top lane. I'm not really sure. I guess they're scared of a big RP. The Primal Split is proving to be somewhat annoying, and Anti-Mage is getting pretty strong. He's got the Abyssal right now, the Manta, that Battle Fairy that he finished at 19 minutes, 40 seconds. He's come a long way since then. He's definitely got that buyback. Actually, no, it's coming off cooldown in 1 second. He's got buyback now. 4,400 gold. Could probably get maybe one more item and still have the buyback. Maybe in some trouble. Actually, could be Pilot and Bone 7 that are in some trouble. There's only 3 heroes here for Cloud9. The Abyssal Blade goes out onto the Piranha, going to get blown up immediately. And remember, that's a core. Almost going to have a Manta, a Mjolnir, and also working towards, I guess, potentially MKB with that Demon Edge in case AM goes Butterfly.
Yeah, that was quite surprising. They didn't go for the Moonlight on top of their smoke. They just went for the smoke of the sea, so they didn't really catch anybody off guard. The Yules went out on FNG, who is the target that would dispel things, but they didn't follow it up with a stun on the AM. So, yeah, end of the day, they just go ahead and end up feeding away Bone 7's life. And now it's Anti-Mage to feel confident to go into the enemy territory. He knows he's not going to get arrowed, and that's a big thing. You can't farm away from your Abaddon if you're going to get arrowed. We do have a Fiend's Grip, though, and if the Abaddon wasn't closer, then that would have been a real problem. But down up top lane, it's going to be the ultimate from Eternal Envy coming in. He has a blink. Swap back. It's actually going to be in a bit of a rough spot here. They don't really have hard lock, though. The Magic Missile, no. He's going to get the BKB, and it's up. Meanwhile, down bottom lane, the tier 4 number 1 is gone, and the secondary is almost destroyed as well.
I'm guessing that's somewhat the doing of AUI and also lots of creep. I think he's been sneaking into the base, and I think he's been throwing some liquid fires onto the tier 4s. I noticed a couple of them. Yeah, also the Wolves, the Necro units, probably some Plague Words being put down. So the tier 4 has finally fallen. The other one is extremely, extremely low. And VP Polar still the same situation for like the last 10 minutes, just holding on for dear life, extending the game as much as they can, making it hard for Cloud9. And Roche is up in 45 seconds, so we know where Cloud9 will be in about a minute. And so did Polar, at least they, well, I guess they don't, but soon, regardless.
So for now, the gem that was purchased by VP Polar, Lil, is also trying to take vision off the map so that neither can really have it. It's very valuable to have it against the Moonlight Shadow, but yeah, end of the day, it's not preventing them, Cloud9, from just taking over the entire map in general, spreading it very well. They've got the MKB up on Lycan, so even if a Butterfly does come out for the AM, which is casually just a quarterstaff right now, it's still going to be kind of rendered obsolete. Fata down bottom is a pretty prime kill target. He does have a blink and a TP though, and he will use it to effectiveness. But going back to the Anti-Mage having this quarterstaff, it's very rare that you just see a casual quarterstaff on anybody. Usually it's turned into an item very abruptly and then you never see it again. But in this case here, I think he might be showing it to say, hey, EE, I'm going Butterfly. The EE builds the MKB and then he just sells the quarterstaff and builds something else. So it's a bit of mind games there potentially. Otherwise, it's just a casual pickup he could afford at the moment he needed it. But generally, you prefer the TP scroll. Fata losing mana quickly, but the Moonlight Shadow will carry him away. And in fact, there might be no blink ultis from the Bane.
I like how Fata dodges that out in the bottom lane, and then still like Anti-Mage finds him in the middle lane. It's like Liam Neeson playing Anti-Mage.
Nice. I would have to say the lack of force staffs is the reason why he's being so active and aggressive looking for solo picks. Yeah. The fact that he's going to Abyssal on somebody, it means they're going to be caught out pretty well, and there's not much room for a slow Venomancer to run. Only 335 MS.
Alright, well, game continuing right now. The Roche, that's what we talked about. There it is. It's respawned and it's almost already dead. They're bringing it down very quickly. Aegis and Cheese this time. They're going to play with the Aegis. That's the wrong graph. Aegis over to Bone 7, actually. He has been the target
Butterfly.
of Anti-Mage. Yeah, the Butterfly is done, but an MKB is already on the field. Eternal Envy's finished his. Bone 7 is not far at all from his MKB, so that Butterfly is met by already being pretty much countered.
Yeah, I was hoping he was just showing it and then gonna pull a little bit of a feint, but in the end he finishes it out, and although it's a fine item on Anti-Mage, it is not going to do him any favors this game.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, it's not. You got Flutter, though, at least, right? Yes. Flutter.
This could be interesting.
Here in RP, it's going to be onto 2, catches Eternal Envy and AUI in that, but oh, Illidan's going to jump onto Fata, so Fata not able to... You know, the Nightmare! interrupted the Mana Void, and now they're going to try to turn it around onto Illidan. He'll blink out here. MKB's also going to be helpful in killing Phobos, but Lycan is down for like 100 seconds. Aegis, remember, was given over to Bone 7 on the Mirana, and he didn't even go down. He wasn't focused that much. That's a big kill, and Eternal Envy was not able to go ahead and use that cheese. MKB now being delivered on Mirana as well, and that was nightmare of month. I don't know.
No, I mean, the ulti still hit him, right? The 790 damage was received by Venomancer there, but the fact that he was able to live after that and walk away because they were forced to change targets is the big thing here. Nightmare disrupted his chain of focus, and then the Moonlight Shadow is currently speeding away. Mag is the one with the gem, and he's just far too far away from Vata. So, yeah, the Nightmare doesn't stop what happened, but it was able to make it so that it wasn't a fatal move.
I thought it interrupted the cast animation, so
it looked like it.
Yeah, I was like,
at
first I was confused to even what happened because Venomancer just like disappeared, but then wasn't dead, and I was like, what?
Yeah, but I get the cheat sheet of the combat log, so 790 damage delivered via Mana Void.
The secrets, man. Combat log.
Dude, I seriously, it's one thing that I love to do as a co-caster that obviously you can't really do
it, yeah.
Without looking extremely ugly and gauche.
I crashed my game with it yesterday, solo casting.
Yeah, you gotta watch that shit. But yeah, no, it's really a nice little addition where we get to see Mag surviving through 2 1 HP Poison Nova ticks, and and obviously seeing what happened there with the Mana Void. So yeah, it's just a nice little bit of extra depth that the viewers can get the information on, even though they don't want the whole gigantic combat log.
I mean, I can install my my WoW add-ons, get some combat logs up in here, some floating text damage.
Just big giant 10,000 damage
10,000, yeah. What it's I haven't even played the new one, but I'm sure it's like 1,000,000 damage per crit now.
Who knows?
Not sure somebody knows.
No. Nobody plays that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in it for a while, but.
So pause coming through. It is Illidan's Storm Rage. Speaking of WoW.
So speaking of WoW, yeah.
Goes for the butterfly here. Bit of a mistake.
As well.
Not like he had many alternatives though. Like no matter what item you go, it doesn't change the fact that you're living on a prayer. It's just like. The one cool thing that I do like about Butterfly is because it's so invested in agility, you get the huge benefit from Empower. Empower amplifies all agility items that you get by half as far as that value goes, not in terms of armor or attack speed, but in terms of the raw right click you get from it. So that's why with Empower, he is actually hitting for 524. Because he has Agitreads, Manta Style, and Butterfly. So and the Vladimir's buff as well, I guess, does amplify that by an additional 15%. So with plus 65%, this Agi really does mean a lot, even though, as mentioned, it isn't ideal against MKB.
Yeah, I mean, the stats are always going to be great. I'm saying he got it for Flutter, man. 8 seconds of 20% move speed.
Hacks, you might as well sell your treads.
It's like running with a knife out in CS. There you go. Now we've talked about 2 other games that aren't Dota. See how many we can work in. Oh man, the pauses today. Well, they were actually fine until these last couple games. But
by the way, as far as schedule goes, how are we looking for
let's bring that
rest
up.
today?
The next game is going to be MYI. Is that My Insanity, right? That's the acronym for that one. I keep wanting to say My Intent, which is like a North American organization.
Yeah, there's two MYIs.
But whatever. Yeah, My Insanity versus Cloud9. So we'll see Cloud9 playing again at 21:15, which is 2 minutes from now. So that one's probably going to be a little bit delayed, guys. If not a lot of bit delayed. Although one team's already here, right? Like Cloud9, all 5 of them are currently playing, so it's not like they're going to run away and disappear, although I'm sure they will try. And then My Insanity, hopefully they're already ready, so there won't be too much of a downtime. And then one more game after that, and that's the day. It's El Clasico. We get to cast El Clasico, although not really in its perfect form anymore, since Alliance is AK plus 4 stand-ins, but...
Alright, Illidan gonna take a hit here. He's gonna back off. DK Phobos going in. The pause is concluded. The fight ensues. Highlight die with the Ghost Scepter to try to survive, but only for a moment. He will fall. Fata was safe with the help of that Bane earlier, and we will be able to blink out as well. So they do live Illidan on the hunt. Actually, let's see, the Yule's TP. Actually, just TP, unless the bash. Oh, the ice path, nice. So yeah, no bash, no Abyssal off cooldown, and it will be the Jakira to slip away. But the big deal here is Envy's in the grave with Cheese. He wants to be on the battlefield. He wants to be taking down those racks. The mid lane is being pushed out by Mag with his Empower. The bottom lane cleared out by Illidan before he steals enemy Ancients. But where does he go from here? How does this Anti-Mage actually become a huge force in this game? And the answer is pretty simply in his inventory now. The harder to harass.
Atos.
Excellent. Excellent. Go to Crimson Guard.
Yeah,
49-minute Crimson
I think
Guard.
Vanguard's the answer, guys. He's got it. Yeah, Heart probably the way to go. I mean, he needs that a little bit extra HP.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't do much else for him. I guess he could get like crazy damage. I mean, has he been dying at all recently? Like, I feel like it's been Anti-Mage kind of dominating this game for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
C9 made this pretty hard on themselves.
Yeah, it's been pretty difficult recently. I don't know. In this position, it really just comes down to racks. Like, he has to find a way to make sure that the creep wave never hits his base. So if he can go... I mean, he can't go orb effects on Anti-Mage, so a lot of that is alleviated. But just, like, if he can find a... I don't know what... I mean, he's got the... Like, I kind of feel like he's at his prime. Like, BOT's Heart... And that's what you get. Like, in Divine Rapier is kind of silly on this hero, but you can try. Either way, there's going to be a fight, and if this is a series of kills, then it might just be the
Cheap
game.
Stick going to be unveiled here for Fada on the Venomancer. He just picked it up. They're going to go into FNG. There's an RP for Mag that wants it too. Bane is down. Fada not able to do anything. Down for 100 seconds right now. Illidan Storm Rage going on to Eternal Enemy. He's going to have to use the cheese, but Illidan is hitting so hard right now. Arrows coming in. It's not enough. Eternal Envy will survive. The borrow time from FNG, the Yule Scepter up, Ice Path, everything, gonna go ahead and throw it on there. They'll bring him down. Dead for 100 seconds, but that buyback is available right now. Gem on the deck, and we'll look at that teamfight recap. It's a 2-4-3, and that's without... it was a Gale and a Blink. That was all Fada was able to do. No Hex that he just picked up, no Poison Nova. C9 still win the fight.
Nevertheless, the Carnivore tries Dairy, finds it to his liking, and he is able to get that full HP bar to gun down the Anti-Mage. We're going to be forcing a buyback here, most definitely, as they make their last stand. RP going to be on cooldown for 45 seconds, and without it, it seems almost preposterous to see them take this, but he gave up a try.
There's no Abaddon here either, and he's been keeping everyone alive for so much longer. Here's the split from Phobos, going to Cyclone up, try to buy as much time every 6 seconds with that one. Might have actually just been a duel, so it seems short.
Oh, nice.
They'll swap him back. Beautiful play by the Vengeful Spirit. I thought there was no way they'd deal with that, but what a swap back. Macro Pyre to kill the creeps from Owie. Another, oh, he gets the tower. He gets the tower with that liquid fire. The tier 4 is down. The throne completely exposed, and all the while this is super difficult for Cloud9 to end this game. I feel like there is no way they lose it.
I don't know. At this point, they're obviously in a worse spot than they were 15 minutes ago, clearly. And until it's Mega Creeps, I have to say it's not over. I mean, even then, he's going to try to cleave it down with his Empower, but it still is just too much. Super Creeps, he can handle. Mega Creeps, I don't think so. We'll see. DK Phobos getting Fiend's Grip, getting arrowed, getting killed off, and he is going to be down for 94 seconds after having fought back. So that is, actually no, he didn't buy back. It's just, I think it still has the death timer from a previous buyback though, right?
Yeah, that seems probably...
No,
it seems
no,
like
no, no. It's 96 seconds, right? 96 seconds for a level 24 hero to go down. So I think it's just been a long game.
Yeah, I think that's it. 52 minutes again. We had one go an hour and 11 minutes. This one could potentially get there. Cloud9 played a pretty awesome game, but then they got pretty sloppy. And it's hard to say whether Cloud9 was just making mistakes or whether Virtus.Pro was playing really well and forcing them out. We'll leave that for, I guess, the viewers to decide.
Sure.
But hey, we're definitely in the final stretches of it now. The Eye of Scotty is out. Bone 7 just picked it up, had it delivered. The Sheepstick there, Fada would love to actually use that instead of being the Abyssal target. The Heart now going to be finished on Anti-Mage, and Anti-Mage no buyback, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. If he dies, game is going to be over.
Pretty crazy game so far. Veno, like you said, didn't really get to use anything in the last fight, but maybe a new opportunity here. Illidan will jump forward. He has the Heart. He's a lot more confident in himself. Essentially, if Eternal Envy's not there, he probably will survive. I mean, the Mirana does do some good right-click now, but even with her MKB, Mjolnir, and Scotty, I don't think that he's afraid of anybody but the Lycan.
Yeah, definitely not.
I guess if it was a Fiend's Grip, if it was a full Fiend's Grip, no shield, no interrupt, then other heroes that are not Lycan could bring him down. But
Pretty
as
scared
it
of the
stands,
Hex too, I would think. But as long as Abaddon's up, there's nothing really matter.
Goodbye, Pi.
And Pylai dies into some trouble. There's a Moonlight Shadow. He'll buy some more time. They actually don't have any vision. They're going to try to surround them here, doing a decent job. But Illidan now going to go ahead and take an arrow to the face. I thought Pylai might want to go in. I guess Abaddon is sitting right next to him, so there's no hope of that. Fado will whiff the Nova 100%, but can he find the sheep? He does right now. This is FNG they're trying to bring down. Ghost Scepter, they're just buying the time. Meanwhile, Lycan will fall down for 100 seconds. Got some damage onto the throne. FNG is going to drop here. And now that Lycan's dead, Illidan not scared of anyone, as we just talked about. The sheep's on cooldown, and Illidan just going to go ahead and clean everybody up. Looking over onto Bone 7, getting the bashes, finds the kill there. 3 on Cloud9 dead. Ancient still under attack. It's AUI that's just trying to end this game now with the Liquid Fires. He's going to try to blink away. He's also got the Hex up on that support Jakiro, and the Throne does not take much damage at all, just about 750. And AUI probably going to die for that.
Yeah, tries his best to go after the Yules. He does have the blink, but DK Phobos, he doesn't blink in time.
Is under attack.
Unfortunate, but there you go. He's going to go down here. 4 down for Cloud9. Now Fata tries to make a play against Illidan, but he needs to run. He needs to blink. He needs to hide, because there's no way, even with Hex, that you do anything to this guy. He's fluttering away. He says, come at me, and if he had vision, he would be abyssling right now. But as it stands, the Venomancer distracts him. The Courier goes out for Magnus to pick up what I believe is a Refresher Orb. Yeah, 675 gold off of that one. And Roche is going to be spawning in just 30 seconds here, not even. So, very clutch Roshan timing. It's going to be almost down to this Roche who takes this game. We saw how impactful the cheese can be in the fight on the top lane, and obviously Cloud9 are going to be gunning for it. But if VP Polar are able to disrupt that for the first time this game, that would be absolutely immense.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, Envy's been dying, so it's not going to just be one team fight that VP Polar needs, because Envy, he hasn't never used the buyback, right? Like, he still has buyback, Jakiro still has buyback, so even if they get wiped and VP Polar are able to start pushing into the base, the buybacks for Cloud9 still going to be there, so there's a hope of another defense, but the game is hard, I think is the summary. VP Polar versus Cloud9 right now. Mag going to come in with another great RP onto 2, and a Bone 7 with that Scotty. Picked up an S and Y even as like his 5th item, but the split here from the Panda, a little too much to deal with. Bane is down. Aui's about to respawn, and I think they're going to get faded here. They'll go into the Moonlight Shadow. They have not been carrying this detection around. Do they even have that gem? Gem is on little for VP Polar.
Yeah, he's had it, and he's just nowhere near the fight. He can't be, because he dies so quickly, so it's weird, but essentially they don't use it against Moonlight Shadow, they're just de-warding with it. Anyways, in mid lane we're going to see the tier 2 drop very quickly to the double damage Anti-Mage. Right now, with the Vengeance Aura, he was over, I think it was about to 700 per auto attack with the Vengeance Aura, but yeah, there we go. Oh, the big cleave, the big right clicks, and they're going to bring down Bone. Eternal Envy blinking away, but they're in pursuit. They'll swap him back, and they will get this kill. This is immense. Eternal Envy has buyback, but he will be forced to use it. Aui, Rat split pushing down bottom. Absolutely insane timing for VP Polar. I'm not sure what Cloud9 were doing there. Just jumping in 2v3 and assuming this game is in the same state that it was 30 minutes ago, which I assure you it is absolutely not.
It's not. It's dead even on gold, and it's getting there on experience, and let's not forget they were about 16,000 gold ahead. So this is a big push. They gotta go. They're going to cancel. Theta is going to cancel with the sheep stick. He needs
to drop something. He's dropping his treads. He's getting a TP scroll, but he gets hexed.
I think that was too early.
Yeah, a little bit.
They needed to be able to cancel the TP. They gotta try to keep vision, but they can't stand out too far because otherwise Illidan will just kill them. Envy bought back and got Boots of Travel to go bottom, where Mag and Little are defending right now. And that pulls Anti-Mage back off the top lane, so they're still not able to get much. They're always going to have the threat of the base.
Though, and that's huge. As I mentioned, they haven't gotten that all game. But if EE gets the Roche, then I guess it really doesn't matter. He's getting MKB bash procs here onto the Roche. They're just kind of slugging it back and forth. The little guy versus the Mike Tyson's punch out right here is essentially what we're looking at. But a little bit of Wolverine claws in the action. And if this goes the way of Cloud9, they're looking damn fine, because they have the Aegis or the Cheese on EE, and they have the other on another core, maybe Fata, since it's been going down quite a bit. But the end result is still They buyback on cooldown for Lycan and Lycan alone, and they do refresher orb available for Magnus, which is just crazy important.
Why are they having such a hard time with Roche?
Roshan has fallen
They don't have any
to the
lifesteal anymore. No Vlads.
Oh yeah, he sold the Vlads. And Roche, I guess, does scale pretty hard when he gets to
Oh
his
yeah, he
power.
does. This is 58-minute Roche. This isn't your...
It's practically
Leaf.
Dire Tide Roshan right there.
If only it was given.
Without the other abilities, I guess. That'd be pretty funny. If Roche randomly sunstriked people. If anyone was in the pit, Roche just started randomly throwing sunstrikes. That'd be awesome, actually. Anyways, no buyback for 5 minutes, which is the big story here. I can only assume, yeah, Aegis is over on to the Lycan. So he's got 1 death in him. I'd like to see him try to fight without using his shapeshifts, but I guess if he dies first, no one else lasts that much longer. Will he even have time to get into the shapeshift afterward? It's kind of hard what life he decides to use that on as. They're at the door right now. Anti-Mage is at your door this time.
Dire's middle
And he's
tower
figuring out
is
that
under
tower very,
attack.
very quickly. There's no fortify for another 1 minute and 40 seconds. Cloud9 probably hitting themselves in the head right now, the way this game has turned out, given how good
At
it
this
started.
point, racks don't matter at all. It's all about the throne, all about the tier 4 towers that make the throne immune. That's all that matters. Lycan beautying to his wolfies, and he's going for the throne itself. Back protection is not up, but the fortification is. Illidan, his TP is available, but he's being fiend script.
Radiant's
He has
top
no
barracks
Abaddon
are under
support. He
attack.
blinks out, but he's still down to 900 HP. Eternal Envy
Oh,
comes
there.
up as well.
That's big. He's got buyback though, so that's actually this is faster than a TP. He's back to the base. Everyone's actually back to the base. They'll bring
Eternal
down
Envy
the
dies again.
Lycan.
This might be it. No, he
And
gets
he
the blink
blinks.
out, but he has no shapeshift. Juke here. Oh my god.
I think Little's the one still holding the gem, yeah. And
Yeah,
Bench
that's
is
the
not
problem.
here.
They need the initiator to have the gem. The brewmaster can carry it with a split, or maybe mag with the the force F the blink dagger to stay in pursuit. Right now they just can't kill people that are
That
Moonlight
arrow
Shadows.
is really close to FNG. Although if you hit him, it's not like you can jump on him and kill him.
Go Cardi, go! 570 HP on the range racks.
Well, you said racks don't matter, but I feel like the one that does is the only
in
remaining
that
one.
situation, I was
for
saying
Radiant.
if Envy goes for racks there and they just get to push into the direct
Yeah,
throw,
yeah.
that's where it doesn't matter.
Fair
If it's a
enough.
war of attrition, then of course the racks is of critical import.
I was even going to say Cloud9.
Cheeky's away from the... Okay, they was a detection thing again, right?
I'm sure it was. I have no doubt that it was lack of detection.
But
It's
he
not
doesn't
a
have
not
any...
mobile hero.
Unless he had a rune. Did he pop a rune? No, it was... A tornado was off cooldown as far as I could see. I clicked it right when the TP finished, so maybe it was like a fraction of a second too late or something, but... Veno gets out one way or another.
Accepted by AUI. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. I guess he'll be okay. Illidan not going to go for
Dude,
the
he's been
chase
doing
there.
this all game, and he's
Yeah.
managed it. So.
It's been pretty annoying. He's died 9 times for 2,917. He's got 5,000 gold. AUI is looking so strong. Do you think it just goes Lincolns? Just put that Lincolns on the Lycan? I mean, maybe an Abyssal gets Lincolns off or something?
Yeah, I mean, Lincoln's always good at this stage in the game. The hacks he already has.
Refresher sheep, like, honestly.
Yeah, Blink, any hero with Blink Hex could consider a refresher orb, and Jakiro's not an exception to that.
Well, he's got enough for something. It's going to be buybacks for now. No buyback on Anti-Mage for 5. No buyback on Lycan for 2. So those are pretty big deals right now. They'll both jump right into the Ice Path. The Hex onto Mag, running around in the Macro Pyre. Moonlight Shadow's gone out. There's a haste even on Fatal right now. He's who's got the AC right now? Oh, it's a negative AC aura. Okay, never mind. I thought for C9.
They're letting DK Phobos slip away. The Poison Noble will take him down to 200. It's going to be all the Venge.
Theta gonna get jumped on by Illidan. Illidan Nightmare up right now on the low ground is FNG, maybe just waiting for the Fiend's Grip to be thrown out. Pyle Dai has essentially stopped using that ability, and the fighting in the bottom lane looks like it will cease for now unless Mag wants to go in with RP. He's got Refresher as well.
Okay, so
Quickly,
the
Eternal
big thing
Envy.
is they killed off the Venge, but they let the Brewmaster live. So they have the negative Vengeance aura, and an arrow will not
Radiant's
connect.
top barracks
Cheese is
are
now
under
on the
attack.
Mirana. Bone 7 has Cheese. Eternal Envy is kind of playing his game on top with all his cooldowns available, but it's down to this. Fata with his ult coming up in a moment, but Illidan going in now.
Wow, the blinks out were super quick there by Cloud9. I don't know about that Hex. That seems really early from Theta. And up top, yeah, is the RP. Was it used? Yes, it was. One of them. He's got another one. Will get the range. That's Eternal Envy finally taking down the range rack. Now trying to run into the trees. He's going to blink. He blinks and he boots and travels out. And meanwhile, the rest of the team still fighting. DK Phobos going to get up the primal split here. Rock out onto Pylai Die. Bone 7 definitely falling. There's no mana for it, but they don't really need it. Pylai Die maybe going to drop. AOI trying to keep him alive right now. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy healing up in base as his allies will drop down, but at least it's the range racks that has fallen here. Half health on the melee.
I don't know, man. If they had just refreshed RP'd for the
they would have killed him.
In such a better spot in the game right now. But as it stands, only a half HP melee Rex is keeping them in the game right now. And yeah, Lycan is coming right back out to the battlefield. For now, it's going to be onto the jungle, but he has the BOTs and he's already sending his wolves out. So those Invis wolves walk into the base, and if they leave it with backdoor protection down, he's going to just take the melee racks outright. No fortification.
Yeah, definitely a big opportunity. Eternal Envy's buyback was on cooldown. It might not have been long enough because it just came back. If they killed it, it would have been 30
They lost practice.
Oh, wow. Everyone just TPing in to try to stop this, but it's too late. The Rax is already down. They'll get the Abyssal Blade. They can RP if they want. They'll kill Envy. He's got buyback, though. And that's the Mega Creeps. I mean, it's still not game over yet. Actually, DK Phobos is going to succumb to the poison of the Venomancer. And Venomancer Fada will TP back to base with 6,500 gold this game, striving to be the longest.
Now look how quick Illidan still dispatches these Mega Creeps. It's still relevant that he can take these down in about 4 quick swings without losing any HP because of the Hardened Butterfly. So pretty big deal, but the throne is very vulnerable now with only a few Moonwells keeping them, keeping the base decorated. Either way, we do see them going in for the all-in play. They're going to force Eternal Envy's buyback, and they do have 1 RP. Not both, but 1.
Is this great?
We'll watch the Anti-Mage up here, going on that top tier 4. The buyback from Eternal Envy.
To a base race.
Wow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's some people there ready to defend. FNG is one of them. I don't think he'll be able to stop the Lycan from attacking anything. Manta Illusions working on the racks. All of VP Polar is actually falling back just because Eternal Envy.
Just trying to cancel TPs, trying to keep him back, but now DK Phobos goes in on him. Eternal Envy still not push again, and it's going to be Owie 2000 to take a spill here. Buyback is available on him, so he's willing to risk it for everything, and he's still waiting. His patience.
That patience
Dire's
from
middle
Eternal
barracks
Envy.
are under attack.
That was a weird fortification. I'm surprised they ported for that melee Rax. I think throne is, the fortification for the throne is too important at this stage. Either way, they have Eternal Envy popping the shapeshift, going in. FNG has his borrowed time, so he's not a target. The throne is the only target, and it is being hit right-clicked down by the wolves. But
they let 1 TP go out. I think it was Anti-Mage that got back.
Yeah.
They don't want to let Mag back with that RP, and Eternal Envy's already well fallen back.
Oh, not gonna get him. Oh, the Hex! Mag going down. No buyback on the Magnus. This is, oh, he has 45 gold until he gets it. Yeah, just a few seconds to wait here. I guess he will have it if he needs it. And checking Roche early, but not going to be likely to spawn. We do see, I mean, this is a tense situation. No buyback on anybody but Mirana and Bane. Though in 20 seconds, Anti-Mage, the big one, will be back.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Dude.
This game has been teetering with Anti-Mage with 4 minutes left on buyback, and then Lycan with 4 minutes left on buyback, like back and forth. Like the teams have had the opportunity to get the pick off, but they've just never been able to do it when the buyback wasn't available. And
that's insane.
It's back for Polar, because like, there you go, Anti-Mage can buy back, Eternal Envy can. If he dies here, it's probably the game, and they're going to be the ones that get aggressive. The Scotty attack's going out, Bone 7 going to go on some creeps after the Manta split. And they've got Eternal Envy. He'll BKB up. He'll be able to run away. And now Pylai dies in trouble. Is just the support. Does have buyback as well. AUI doing what he's been doing a lot this game. He's in the bottom lane. Goes for a 4-staff even right now for the utility at 67 minutes. Big swap back. Blink away. Back to the same spot. Yule Scepter up. Yule Scepter up. Ice Path to retreat. Wow, what a well-placed Ice Path from AUI. Getting both of them, but it might not matter because Illidan's the one down here. Another 4-staff out. He's trying to buy so much space. Look at the throne. The creeps are starting to hit it now. This is what's really important. Owie dies. He's dead for 2 minutes. They're bringing the big creeps back into the fountain right now. So their back's up against the wall. Throne taking some damage. I think it's regen to full HP a couple times already, and now still down.
The reason Owie dies there is because of the pure damage changes in 6.82. Wave of Terror and Urn were both canceling his Blink Dagger, nothing else. So when he was ghosted up, they were able to cancel his Blink with the friggin' Urn of Shadows. And yeah.
Good item.
Stupid item. Jeez, that's ridiculous. But I guess it's a pretty low value 6 slot under other circumstances. But anyways, Illidan down bottom takes an easy tier 2 through backdoor protection if he pops the Manta. But right now he's holding it and just chopping away. There's the Manta. So Arrow will come out, taking down an illusion, and might force Illidan to leave this tower to regen. Yeah, this I don't know if he finishes it. He's committed. He gets
Dire's
but
bottom
top
tower
lane.
has fallen.
You'll scepter up, Fada. It's Little putting him up in the sky. Fada gonna try to push. Just drop some Plague Wards around this
Radiant's
Ancient or
is
something.
under attack.
Meanwhile, Illidan trying to push the bottom lane. Ancient is under attack. The creeps trying to bring it in, and Eternal Envy falls back once again.
Just forcing
They're
in.
gonna wait 3 more minutes, like guaranteed. And
All
Roche
right.
is up too. This could be the next big area of contest. Everyone in the area for Polar just left, so I think it's going to go the way of Cloud9. They've got what? This is going to be 4th or 5th Roshan this game? Roshan with 16,000 HP right now.
Let's see the buffs on this thing. Why is it? Oh, because it does later. I'm like, why does it have any armor? Oh, you know, Stygian. But yeah, he's pretty big boss. 16,000 HP, just chewed through in seconds here from the lineup of
Roshan
Cloud9.
has
They will put
fallen to the
Aegis
dark.
on the Lycan. They will put Cheese on Paladai for now. And yeah, soon enough, they'll be looking to just all in on this Ancient. These Mega Creeps are still pretty easy for Illidan to take down, but everybody else will struggle. Like even the Brewmaster, his big crits, his Empower, he'll be hitting away for several seconds before he actually clears it out. I don't know why Illidan's farming Ancients, by the way. He has 13,000 gold. You don't need any more money.
It's a habit, dude. You're just like, what do
It
I do?
really is. But when you're at 913 CS, when you're at 750 GPM over 70 minutes, let somebody else clear the Ancients. Just counter push, that's all.
And all of this started off a 19-minute Battle Fury. Now he's up to 900 big boy last hits.
Look at these graphs. This golden experience graph before the final clash here. Oh, BKB comes out, BK Phobos. Not connecting with anything, and that is a 5-second BKB, so a short cooldown.
I feel like I need to showcase view the creeps, because like you don't see the Megas that often, and they
Yeah.
got their new upgrade.
Pretty cool.
So they look pretty cool.
Did you show the golden experience graph though? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I did. It is a bit ridiculous. Wow, Fada jumps in, by the way. Showcase view. DK Phobos.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets OP'd! He should have buyback if it's not
Yeah,
on
he wouldn't
cooldown.
play like that if he didn't have buyback.
Yeah, he's got buyback right now. DK Phobos will get the kill. That's the primal split. Gonna be
Once
thrown
you
out
argue
there.
you shouldn't play like that at all, but
I would also have argued that.
nevertheless, at least he has buyback.
Like, where could they be? Our creep are pushing into the base in every lane. I think I'll go in 1v, potentially 5. I don't know. Crazy decision, but he made it. Probably why Cloud9 is in this situation right now. And I think right now, this just hit the longest game of the day. I wouldn't have guessed we'd have 2-hour and 10-minute games. We had a lot of short ones as well, though, so.
Yep. So now we see this situation where we have the super farmed Lycan popping his shapeshift, looking to go maybe for a Raxman, maybe an Illidan Stormwraith play. He's all by himself, but a few team from the Abaddon. If they don't kill this creep, he'll get the shield. Illidan gets to pop everything, but he doesn't get the TP home.
Radiant's Ancient is
And
under
some support
attack.
coming in. Mag with no RPs, actually. Look at that.
Illidan
He does have
auto-
one.
Okay, I don't even know if that matters. We'll see the Ancient taking some hits here, 3k. And yeah, they do disrupt the TP, but Anti-Mage is still able to blink out here. Now, on the courier that just died is Refresher Orb for Illidan, but all that would be refreshing is an Abyssal Blade.
Yeah.
Well, I guess BOTs maybe if you really need that much mobility, but generally speaking, you're just refreshing Abyssal Blade. So, yeah, he's just rolling in dough, and I think that was like no, they don't have 2 couriers. I thought that was maybe like a pocket courier for him, but it is the team's
prize is
courier
mine.
that they do lose. In other case, it doesn't cost too much to buy a new one. Dagon continuing to go up on Thought. He loves this item because, especially when you get up to 5, it's a very short cooldown. You can, hell, if it's
Use it
Mega
a
Creeps
lot.
or some Mega Creeps, you can tip the scales with it. Like, whatever.
Yeah, it's got the Veil too, so that's a ton of damage coming out. You can blow up the supports. You might be able to make sure borrow time doesn't happen. Like, if you burst that damage, it won't proc. Seems like a sort of a long shot, but I guess you could go for it. At this point, whatever works.
Illusion.
I think maybe Ethblade is better, though. I guess no, you don't go into Ghost form when you shoot it anymore. Some defensive aspects to that item, as well as the burst damage. But whatever, Fada goes for Dagon. He's been playing pretty reckless for a lot of this game, so why not go for the Dagon now? In the tree line. And they're going to go onto Phobos, the Poison Nova. And he's going to get away. I mean, we've already seen how much the Poison Nova with his abilities and also the Veil of Discord is just killing people.
Jump blinking, and the shift Q blinks off of BOT.
Nice swap.
Active, but
RP
into super RP. RP number 2, not even needed because they want to wait for the Aegis to come out. No wolf form. There is buyback, but the death of Eternal Envy once more. This is his 7th death this game. All of them very consequential.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's, I guess he's only died 7 times in a 70-minute game. It's like a death every 10 minutes, but there were some pretty questionable plays strewn.
He's had a lot of Aegis deaths too, right? Like he's had
yeah, that's true. He's probably died like 14 times.
Man, this game, it's so intense. It's so difficult to push into this, but as it stands, the big deal is bringing down this Anti-Mage twice. He's the one who's actually clearing out these creeps. Everybody else can just kind of barely do it. Like DK, Phobos, with the Empower, he can take it down one chunk at a time, but it's not nearly the same. Actually, I think there's a point in time where Brewmaster gets a Battle Fury too.
Shadows take us.
Just to clear down the Megas.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be going to the
dead.
grave right here. Where's the Dagon?
He's
He's not going to throw the Dagon? I'm surprised. I mean, why not? He's got a ton of mana to work with.
Okay, no, he doesn't at all.
He would have killed him if he just Dagon. He might kill him.
He's dead anyways.
BKBs.
Can't even see the buff of BKB. Apparently there's a cap on buffs, but back in the base, Illidan gets arrowed. Now he's hit by the Fiend's Grip, and FNG, who was nightmared up, could not dispel it. Now he dispels it. Illidan goes for the TP. It's canceled. He's down for 120 seconds, or more likely until he buys back. FNG, skirting the tree line, will be able to slip away, and there's the buyback on the Anti-Mage. Just in time for Eternal Envy to come back in, and this is important because all of Cloud9 have buybacks, and 2 of them have BOTs. What this means is they can beta fight on the first life of either the Lycan or the Venomancer, and then jump back in with a buyback BOT, assuming the creep doesn't get killed off. So that's a huge advantage because they can fight in kind of 7v7 because of the fact that they only have 2 BOTs. But the big deal here is that there's only 1 AM. There are 2 Lycans, there are 2 Venos, there's only 1 AM. And that's huge. Along with that, Lycan has Cheese, so he's working with 3 health bars here if he wants to play an all-in strategy.
I'm gonna go back to Fada. Why didn't he just Dagon Brewmaster? Like, he had a level 2 Dagon. He would have got the kill. And kills at this point are so big because you could have forced another buyback. Brew's one of those heroes with a buyback. Like,
I don't.
There's no answer. It's just he's goofing her off, man. Won't have that in my class.
Bakla gonna drop down. He hexes the real one, but still taking a lot of damage here. Gets all the damage over time, but then gives Mana Void in the face. 3 people hit by the Nova though, and this should be cleanup time for Cloud9.
I'm yawning, I'm sorry.
So it's been a long one, but nevertheless very, very interesting. FNG dropping down just outside of the 400 HP threshold, so he keeps his borrow time, but he's right-clicking against walls, gets arrowed, and the borrow time is procced based on that alone. So waiting, there's a swap, but here's Eternal Envy on the front line. Death of the Abaddon not coming back. And Yee pops
Lycan getting blown up. Had to use the cheese. Will now blink out with that max move speed. I hear an RP. I don't see an RP. There's just too much going on. It's a little further to the south. They'll land that, I think, onto Fada.
I think he missed.
Oh,
but either way,
he's got another one at least. And let's see, Bone 7 still trying to deal with DK Phobos with the split. Pylite does have a Fiend's Grip. Again, ability's been somewhat useless. If he can find it here, he'll throw it. DK Phobos not able to TP back in time. And this is going to be forcing a buyback. That'll mean no buybacks right now. Fada just bought back. The other 4 members of Cloud9 are retaining theirs. And now Illidan in the middle lane trying to push it out as quick as possible. And yeah, Brew's the only one, but they killed him. He's gonna force it out now. That's what I was getting at. I gotta have it.
But they gotta make sure this Drunken Haze is very effective. Like the BKB timing for Eternal Envy, he wants to take up the Haze and wants to go for the throne, but double RP from back here. Great follow-up from Illidan, and they wipe them out of the base. Bone 7 has to go in full retreat, and a nice juicy creep wait for Illidan once again as he racks up. Oh, okay, the swap in. Can they
Little's been doing so much.
Oh my god, Lil! What a fucking play! Cyclones the lead, catches him in the base, he's down again, and they need to force these buybacks. Force the buyback on the Lycan, force the buyback on the Mirana, and then get back to defend your Ancient. That's the end game. But for now, Pilot Eye stalking up on the top lane. Down bottom, of course, it's out 2000. They just won't let the creep waves pass those steps.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous.
This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, if you need a proof that Vengeful Spirit's a great late game hero. I think Little is proving that in this game completely. Like, that swap has been on point. They've caught so many people off guard with it. The Blink, the swap, he doesn't even have an Axe yet.
No, the Blink is all you really need. And then that Eagles play. Holy shit, that was insane.
Yeah. The Axe makes the hero kind of fun. Yeah, that range is
Fun. And,
hilarious.
Potential, but I won't say like it's something that every bench has to
Yeah,
have.
definitely not. There's definitely items you go way before that, but well, 78 minutes. It's the same story that it's been for the last, what, 40 minutes?
The current gold graph, the current gold.
Equilibrium.
Three
XP is about
people.
to go back to that too.
We have 3 people above 4K current gold. We do see a split come through, and that they didn't get anything with it, right? That was potential misplay, a blink out right when it happened. Actually, did not catch when they used that. Seemed maybe on an illusion. There were illusions in mid.
Illidan's just like unkillable right now. They can't do anything about it. He's gonna jump in, gets an Abyssal Blade. Mana Void off onto the Bane. That's gonna force another buyback there. They're trying to bring down another lane of racks, but look at this. Eternal Envy already into that lane, trying to push it in, bringing in the big creeps. But the Khalid brothers are here, man. They're not gonna let it happen. They're not getting up that steps. They've done a brilliant job of defending this Ancient, and it's almost got up to full HP again.
There's a Hex coming out onto Lil. Poor little Vengeful Spirit should not be getting out of this one. And Nightmare, Ice Path, everything. He goes
That
down.
Nightmare, however, was actually
Roche again.
dodged. Roche
Yes,
number
yeah,
8.
The 14 armor, 17,000 HP Roshan does something. But in the mid, it's the Mag double RP. Onto 2. Skewering him back. Huge damage coming out. Fonta will fall. The leap away from 07. He just tries to right click to do something with his life. But in the end, he will fall. Has buyback. Will need to use it. Defensive TP from DK Phobos. He's going to guard the creep wave. Guard the base. But Eternal Envy still BOTs to the front. He's got double damage. The wolf is at your door. Do you have the TPs to deal with it? Right now, it's Anti-Mage coming back. And yes, they will be able to route the wolf from their base. But the fact that Anti-Mage comes back means that they're under less pressure.
He didn't. It got canceled.
Okay. So I'm not sure if that's for better or for worse, but we do see how he's lifting him up in the air. And he will be... Again, he's not actually doing anything. But
I don't think this matters. It's just pretty annoying. And now Illidan says, I'm sick of that. But there's that Force Staff. That one coming out from Pilot. He finished it up. They're going to force Illidan in. Bane's going to Nightmare, or excuse me, Abaddon's going to get himself Nightmared up. Eternal Envy, meanwhile, hiding in the trees over here on this off lane. Everyone pushed back into the base on the side of Cloud9, not wanting to give any pickoffs. To let Eternal Envy try to do his thing. And, well, Cloud9's going to try to win this game. I don't know. I feel like they're trying to lose this game. VP's clearly trying to win.
oh man, this is absurd. I mean, I think it's been over 10K both ways in the same game for experience.
I don't think has that ever happened in the history of Dota.
I honestly have not seen a graph that went that way. So there is a real possibility.
Look at all the kills that when you pull up the experience graph, it's just like almost a solid line.
Jeez.
Bit of
Smoke coming
downtime
out.
between the
Big smoke
40 to
play
60
here. There's a
minutes.
negative Vengeance Aura on the Mirana, I believe. Yeah, Avenge died to Mirana, yes. So they want to stay out of the pit, let EE do it with full right-click damage, no negative Vengeance Aura for him. They'll keep smoking, they'll keep looking. If they kill off DK Phobos or somebody like that and then go in with the Roche items, that'd be big. But for now, they're just moonlighting it without taking Roche. They just want Phobos, they get it, and it's not going to be a fast enough BOT from the Abaddon. So Phobos will go down here. And we look back at top lane, Illidan, FNG, just chilling out. Looking for that kind of final push in, but when it comes down to a raw base race, there's no way that they would beat out C9 if EE has everything he needs. And they go for the Roche.
All right, back into Roche number... I've lost count. I want to say 7.
I honestly didn't have a good counter on 3 or 4.
Neither
so
did I. Let's say a 10. This is the 10th Roche. Aegis and Cheese going to go down. Maybe we're going to find like some sort of Easter egg in this game. Like maybe the 10th Aegis or Cheese will look different or something. And no one's ever found out about it before.
That's a crunchy frog.
Until this game. It releases a new hero.
Wow. That's creative.
That'd be pretty funny. That's why Pit Lord hasn't been released.
Well, we have everybody just waiting, posturing on the high ground. The farm doesn't matter. I mean, again, looking at the current gold, there's almost 16,000 gold just banked on Anti-Mage. There's 4K on so many heroes. It's really just buyback resources at this point. Like, nothing else really matters that much. And, I mean, you could look at potential refresher orbs and theorycraft about where they could go there, but end of the day, it just comes down to positioning. Who has buyback, who doesn't, who's alive, who's not, and in what base they happen to be in.
Boots of travel, 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 boots of travel. That's how many there are in this game. Almost 10. And I felt the need to read off all of them. You're welcome.
Okay,
We've
so
also
him
got...
to get his refresher in in the end, whether or not he gets to use 2 abyssals off of that.
Yeah, I was just about to do the refresher count. Refresher, only 2 actually. I guess there's not so many of the refresher ability heroes. I feel like even...
Poison Nova for maximum damage.
Yeah, I feel like Poison Nova could... I feel like Dagon 2 that you don't use is better than...
Oh, Mag getting veiled, getting hit by everything. But Fanta, a little bit unsure. He'll get the Dagon off this time, but back to base, he BOTs and he BKBs, and he'll be okay. Still, yeah, there are 2 people without BOTs on Cloud9. There's 1 person without BOTs on VP Polar. It's the Vengeful Spirit. And when it comes down to it, there's a lot of Blink Daggers too. There's 4 Blinks on the side of C9. There are 3 on the side of VP Polar. And then 1 Hex versus 2. With C9 having the advantage. So, yeah, it's a crazy fucking game, but at this point, there's nothing that really digs you out of what the state of affairs. Like, this is... I would consider it like the Cold War era, like nuclear missile standoff. Both teams have a crazy amount of potential damage they could unleash in full force, but if they do, they risk it being thrown at them in their base. So right now it is really a full stalemate between the 2 sides, and just kind of gradually approaching from multiple fronts until takeoff occurs. Smoke a Deceit status, that would be actually interesting to look at. 1 in stock in the Dire shop, 0 in stock in the Radiant for 3 minutes. And as far as I can tell, none on the heroes, and none on the couriers. So Cheese is actually on the courier. That's interesting to note.
Yeah, I mean, you're this late in the game, like your supports are getting 6 slotted. Not quite, but actually Yule's Blink, Medallion, Shred. So you got 4 cheap slots for the Vengeful Spirit. She's not doing too bad. Bone 7 got an MKB.
Oh, this should be a kill.
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow to initiate and try to find a kill. They're going to go on Phobos right now. He does have buyback right now, so even this is not going to be really ending the game, but it's a start for C9. And now you come in with the Mag, the Skewer. Finally, Die's actually going to dodge the Skewer, and Anti-Mage is going to jump straight onto him right now. Bone 7's going to do what he can, but Illidan is just going to kill everybody. Envy just running straight in for the throne, but there's still a glyph. And there's people here. Okay, actually Fada and Jakiro and Lycan are all here. Everyone's got to run back.
Lil's dead.
Anti-Mage is here though, and
Radiant's
not
Ancient
do
is
anything
under
about it.
attack.
He's probably going to kill Fada as well. He'll get Yule's up here. I think that's AUI throwing him up in the air, maybe an Ice Path as well, but Illidan is just running after him. And he's going to bring him down. He's unstoppable, and C9... They just can't get onto that Ancient whatsoever. They didn't even have to use the glyph right there.
Yeah. It's also, as far as those that didn't catch it, the Magnus, he blink forced, then refreshed to blink back in. And while that's really cool, having 2 RPs versus 1 that didn't even save the Brewmaster, it definitely wasn't what they needed there. The Brewmaster still dies, and just getting there a moment faster doesn't really change the state of affairs. So the
Brewmaster with buyback as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, his buyback, his second life was the important one, not the first. And yeah, the Brewmaster, the Magnus going for that. Yes, he got in there quick, but I think it was a mistake to use the refresher that way. In either case, they've taken down 2. They want to force at least 1 to buy back, so Illidan's on the front lines here, destroying these Mega Creeps so very quickly. But he's about to break 20,000 gold.
Yeah, 20k current gold, 55,000 net worth.
Dire's
still have me a Lincoln
100 last hits.
Dire's
Power's going down. Cloud9, I mean, they're not going to get any stronger. Like, they can't do anything. Unless Virtus.Pro screw up at this point, like, Cloud9's not going to hit the throne.
top tower has
I don't know, like, you would think the team with that is going up against an undefended Ancient would have the advantage here, but VP Polar has stuck in it to win it since like the 40-minute mark, and they've just been climbing steadily.
Yeah, I think it's pretty huge that Lycan does not pick up AC yet. He's actually going to go for... He hasn't had an Abyssal this whole time.
His items are useless, honestly. Okay, useless is over-exaggerating, but like, you look at a Lycan with these items, like a Blink... He has a Blink, Deso, BKB, MKB, like... I don't know.
I think it's fine. It's not like... It's not like game-ending, but
did he have
like...
a Necro Book at any point during this game? He didn't go for it, right?
Yeah, he did have Necro Book.
And he sold it?
Yes.
I mean, I guess Anti-Mage just kills it, but when you're pushing by yourself like that, I mean, at least drop him. Probably
Nice
could have got a
nightmare.
Rack
Where's the
Smash.
Fiends though? Do you need FNG out of the fight first? He wants to blink and Fiends onto the Anti-Mage. He gets a product and he gets out.
FNG, just trying to run. Borrowing all that time. He's got the gem now. The RP comes through. That's onto
No second.
Eternal Envy, but there's no second RP now for another 15 seconds. Illidan could be in danger of going down right now. So he's got the buyback. He does have a buyback. 3 people up on the cliff, all chasing Mag. I think they all blinked up there too. Mag is in some trouble. Buyback on all 3 of the heroes that just go down.
those are the
Boots of
three
traveling
buyback.
up to the top lane almost immediately.
So, going back to your talk about useless
From
items,
this
like that's
moment,
how they killed
none
Anti-Mage is by
shall
No, I
using
don't think they're
Butterfly.
don't think they're useless, but like he can't kill Anti-Mage with them now, and I don't know. I don't think he ever had a Necro, by the way.
He just, with the MKB Basher and Dezo, kills Anti-Mage. Like, Anti-Mage is not really good at 1v1 by comparison, and this Lycan has 1.5 base attack time.
My real point was that he wasn't even like hardly 6 slotted. Like he's bought and
Okay,
sold so
yes.
many items.
Yeah, I
he was
agree
sitting with
with that.
4 items. You look at Anti-Mage, 20,000 gold with a freaking Butterfly, Manta, Abyssal Blade, Heart, like all the right items.
You know, I definitely agree he wasn't 6 slotted, but it's not like he could still do enough with what he had. And he still had room for progression as well, which is all good. Eternal Envy going in with the shapeshift, blinking right onto TK Phobos. Huge kill if they can pull that off. He does get bashed, but he gets a split, and this is a lot of time wasted for EE. They're backing up, forced 2 buybacks, 1 on Mag, 1 on Abaddon, but end of the day, the game is still afoot. Actually, buyback on Anti-Mage as well, but he's taking it like a trooper. And Feeble doesn't even take his green numbers down very low at all, as he just clobbers these creep waves and keeps his Ancient full.
Yeah, it is actually almost all the way back to full health. There's a ton of creeps in his base, but Cloud9 still can't even take a fight. I don't even know, man. This game is beyond ridiculous.
I don't know, 1 arrow could do it though, like at the same time, like if you make sure that you kill the creep that FNG is BOTing to, Anti-Mage out here like this.
There's that arrow! Bone 7 actually does a lot, but I think the blink will be here, yeah.
Yeah, no, it has to be a 2v1 situation, but in that situation, like, it would be insane. That's why I was calling out, because I saw Bone 7 moving, but I was expecting a BOT. I was expecting maybe Lycan to jump in or something, but it doesn't happen. He still doesn't have that Abyssal Blade, and still has to save before his buyback, right? Yeah, he still has it, and his unreliable gold count is 3,500, so, and that means only 1263 is reliable.
Alright, moving on across the map. Why is he still farming? Can you tell me? Why is Illidan, like, he could just stand still?
That's big numbers.
I mean, obviously you want to push the waves, but Ancients,
Yes.
really?
I know. I called it earlier. The farming ancients is not his job. It's silly to. It's fun to have the big numbers. I mean, he's probably over 1,000 last hits. Wow, he's almost 1,400 last hits. It's fun to have those big numbers, but all in all, if it's non-neutral creeps, he should be pushing out the waves. If it's neutral creeps, he should be letting allies farm to get 6 slotted, since obviously he's well beyond that territory.
If anyone's just joining
there's
us...
no Lincoln Spears this game, which is pathetic. This is a 91-minute game. Everybody could be getting a Lincoln to put on their big carries, but not a single one.
Yeah, I'm
has.
really surprised. I would have liked to have seen Fada go for one when he was sitting on like 6k gold and then decided to buy a Dagon that he didn't use.
Dude, it's one time.
I don't like it, man. It could have been the freaking game one time with the throne exposed for the last 40 minutes. Could have been the game. Sloppy ass play, man.
Dagon's fine.
Like they should have won this game 50 minutes ago.
I honestly think VP Polar, they held their high ground well. I mean, they.
I think they did too, but
Then stop flaming and
I
just
wanna
appreciate the fact
flame.
this fucking amazing game on our hands. Like, this is as tense as it gets. Like, I've often talked about the risk reward of hyper late game Dota, but this goes even beyond that.
yeah,
Like,
it really does. This is like untheory craftable. Like there's so many variables. Well, actually, a lot of buybacks are limited right now, so we've limited them. None on Magnus for 5, none on Abaddon for 5, 4 minutes on Anti-Mage, 2 minutes about on the Brewmaster, not enough money on the poor Vengeful Spirit. I feel bad for the supports in this game. Vengeful Spirit's probably having the most fun. He's made so many big plays with this Nether swap throughout the 91 minutes of this game, more so in the later hour of it, but...
No, it's huge. It absolutely is. And until Bane picks up a Lincoln Sphere himself, he can always just consider it a get out of Fiend's Grip free card if the Aphotic Shield isn't available. But that's a pretty big cooldown. 6 seconds. Do you think there's a way to kill the Abaddon here? Like, obviously he doesn't have buyback, so he was killed very recently. But is there a way to actually, like, in a, like, not full 5v5, but let's say a 3v3 or something where it breaks out on the sidelines, Is there a way?
Yeah, I mean, you
go through the borrowed time, wait it
upgrade
out.
your Dagon and freaking kill him.
I mean, actually kill him. Because if they take out FNG, the Illidan actually becomes relatively easy to bring down.
400 is the
on the back line,
threshold.
like, they're all BOTing to the wolves. His wolves.
Okay, they're pretty good. BOTing straight into the warm embrace of the Magnus, the double RP. The spirits are here. Illidan's there, but a beautiful ice path coming out from AUI, gonna keep them alive. No one has actually died yet. Illidan full HP, Eternal Envy pretty low, Bone 7 running away.
Radiant's
Aoi gonna be
Ancient
chased
is
up. He's the
under
one that
attack.
kept his team alive. He'll get abyssal. He's still ghost sceptered for the time
Burn
being, trying to
shadows.
run away, buying
Burn
space.
is
Creeps pushing into the bottom lane right now. The Mega's fate is gonna
Radiant's
fall.
Ancient
He's
is under
no longer
attack.
having any more fun.
Erin of Shadows is fucking broken, dude. That's like the one of the 6 slot items you should have.
I mean, your support. I feel like if you don't have an urn in a game with Dota, like your team has played so incorrectly.
But it just the canceling the blink dagger there, like it's getting so many kills. This is the 3rd time that somebody has died because they can't blink because of urn. It's so good. But anyways, I love that play from Cloud9. This cheeky triple BOT to invisible wolf strat, just suddenly the entire team onto DK Phobos. It was so smart, but Mag was there with the quick reverse polarity and ×2. They didn't actually get that much damage from the Anti-Mage because first he wasn't empowered, and then when he got in, a great Ice Path and Hex coming out from Aoi 2000. So they do keep Illidan out and keep them from being wiped, but that literally could have been the game right there.
Wages of fear.
This is so
I
intense.
think a lot of things could have been the game right there. 66-53. Let's take another look at the glorious avant-garde gold graph. Yeah, actually, I think the experience one is even more ridiculous. Going down from what, 12,000 to 11,000.
Graph of that magnitude.
Yeah, I don't
Barracks are
think
under
so. We
attack.
got a lot of people watching right now. Anyone
Dire's
seen anything like
structures
that?
are
Type
fortified.
yes in Twitch chat if you've seen a graph that goes to 10,000 on both ends. Meanwhile, Manta Illusions bringing down some racks. Goku working on that. He needs to power up, dude. He needs to hit Super Saiyan 3.
More.
I mean, this has been the length of like 5
Dire's
Dragon Ball
top
Z
barracks
episodes.
are
How has he
under
not
attack.
charged the Spirit Bomb? Like,
Seriously.
answer me that question.
Twitch chat, we need more Spirit Bomb. What the fuck are you guys doing? Holy crap, this game is insane. I'm just trying to think of like where's the next piece of the puzzle. Geometry Sight Vision, like if we look at Observer Wards, it's just kind of spread intermittently. There's one in mid lane, there's one on top lane, seeing the split push, seeing the rat plays. Illidan will be caught inside the Nightmare first and foremost, FNG taking that off immediately. They need to get dual disables out. They need Hex arrows, and they need Nightmare Fiend script. Like they need to make sure that these are all covered up so that FNG can't shield the AM and they can just kill him in the duration of one of those.
Eternal Envy is getting pretty close to the buyback with the Abyssal Blade. He goes towards the secret shop now. He won't quite buy it, but the Blink Abyssal Blade. It was the answer in the last game, which was almost 2 hours ago at this point.
Oh god, don't even remind me of that fact.
We saw it with it was Sven with the Blink, Stormhammer, Abyssal, and it was also Broodmother with the Blink and Abyssal Blade. It was what got them the victory. Or that was even 2 games ago. So probably more.
Sven
than
didn't have a blink,
2
but you're
hours.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, Abyssal Blades are
Oh,
good.
Eternal Envy
Eternal
going
Envy
down
finally
bottom,
getting towards one.
Phobos.
Phobos gonna be
Swap
sheeped
down.
up. Another good swap, another good ice path as well by AUI to hold him in place. The boots of travel coming in, not gonna allow it, but Mag gets in anyways, TPing in the nick of time. Spirit Bomb is gonna get RP'd up by Mag once more. The Shockwave will miss, but it doesn't matter. Another RP here, another Shockwave to throw out afterwards with the refresher. EE goes down, buyback on them both. Down for 100 seconds, but I'm sure that buyback will be forced. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage wasn't even in that fight. He's pushing out the creep waves. Team fight not done yet. Fada is going to jump in. Pylai die as well. Who do they bring down? They brought down the Venge. And here's the buyback. Lycan now in here, into the fray. 20 seconds on his shapeshift, but they will bring down Phobos with a nice Fiend's Grip. Piranha focuses on that damage, brings him down. It's now 68-55. Buyback on Brew, but there is no Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, she's emanating the Vengeance Aura to Mirana. Bone 7 for at 80 seconds is going to give them that negative 36 damage. So that's a pretty big deal. Let's get out of here, do something else. We want to push. But Fata actually pinned in back in the corner there, but he doesn't have a way to cancel TPs. With the Hex on cooldown, he actually doesn't have anything. And I think that's actually huge. He needs maybe a Yule's, I don't know, maybe a refresher.
There needs to be more refreshers.
Really, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, like the Dagon 2, I don't mind it because I think that there is a lot of value in just quickly taking somebody out before maybe an Abaddon can save their life or something. But end of the day, we still need And it's good for Linken's popping too, but in the end, we need more ways to cancel TPs because people are disengaging too effectively. Still, you could definitely see how C9 wanted to play that last fight. They started engaging and they had the EE buyback. They wanted to use it offensively, and in doing so, they take the Roshan. But what do they do with the Aegis and the Cheese? Before it went to Eternal
Roshan
Envy,
has
but he's starting to
fallen to
flesh
the
out his item slots. So he picks up the Cheese. Is that his Link Dagger on the ground? Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, he's actually. I
just so
think
good.
he's had 12 different items throughout this game. Like, I don't know, it's funny, but he's finally getting close to it.
The Cheese, and he's gonna pick up the Aegis. Oh my gosh.
Good thing it wasn't sniped. Look at all these TPs. There's like a trail of TPs. Like, ooh, a TP. A piece of candy. A piece of. Oh no, Lycan.
Okay, so
trap.
Highlight picks up the Aegis and EE gets his blink back. I was gonna be surprised to be left it there. It's just so clutch being able to jump in.
Yeah, the blink seems better.
Shapeshift with your full potential. It's also really important for breaking the throne because they have to catch him off guard. Nice ward up here. We didn't really get to talk about it, but at the bottom of the map there is a ward on the high ground that won't be dewarded easily. Very important when there's a lot of, well, no more Necros, but there are gems and stuff flying about.
I'm still not convinced there ever was a Necro. Because he went Medallion into...
There was
I don't even know at this point. Beta, gonna get jumped on, brought down rather quickly. Let's see if this will lead to Illidan getting it.
Such sorcery shall not
Illidan is
prevail.
31-9. Almost half of his team's kills, and they've almost got 70 kills, saying something. And he got off to a slow start, too. Back to the buybacks. It's really the only thing that matters. Yes, chat, we realize the graph doesn't matter. We just think it's crazy. Anyways, buyback on the Anti-Mage, buyback on the Magnus, buyback on the Brew, Morana, Veno, and Jakiro. Throne, still sitting at almost 100% HP. The middle
GG
ranks...
rune, a double damage rune. Bottle that shit now. Just
That
get a
could be
bottle
it.
out here at 98 minutes and get that double damage rune. That is glorious. He's just gonna pick it up. That's fine too.
Damage.
At least it's not in the enemy's hands, but it's so awesome to bottle that shit up. Unfortunately, Illidan is 8,000 slotted with 21.8k gold stashed up here.
This guy could buy another Ancient, like...
That's... Guys, rock
At this point, just get some peons,
20,000 gold,
some
give me a
wisps,
second king in chess.
and build another Tree of Life. Like, come on. Put it in the top left this time so the Dire don't know where it is. That's the trick.
Yeah. Have you ever had Warcraft 3? You played Night Elves and started losing, and then you like BM somebody by just uprooting your Tree of Life
And then moving it.
It has an ability to eat through the tree line, so you just dig a tunnel into the forest. They have to buy flying units to find it.
I didn't play Warcraft 3 very much. Only a couple times against my friends, and we were both very, very bad.
Well,
We had to like farm and stuff. It was weird.
Controllers. I'm guessing you can't micro as wolves.
I mean, is that a game bug or is that just this
No, he
game's
said
been
he's
so
bugged.
long his hands hurt?
No, it is bugged. I think it's okay for the teams to get a 60-second breather, even if it is technical or non-technical.
No, of course.
All right,
Hydration
so-
at this point, like, need some water, man.
Man, it's a shame we didn't have a dark save this game. When the Iron Shell is involved, the special effects, the meteor showers and the apocalypse and whatever does start happening around 100 minutes into the game.
No, I saw some posts re-emerged of that, and they were showing it at like 80 minutes, and I haven't seen any.
Yeah, it's if there's a lot of Iron Shells. Darkseer has.
Oh, okay, I see. What I
Different
wasn't
stuff.
aware of that. Was the interaction? So now it all makes sense to me.
It's not. It's just spells in general, but Darkseer is the main perpetrator for that. All right.
That's so rad. That's so weird. Like, how does that even happen?
It's happy coincidence. Ain't code. Holy shit! Look at Vengeful Spirit's TPs. He doesn't have BOTs, but he's covered.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose 1,600 gold when you're about to die, so you just buy 19 TPs.
Oh, those are owned by Illidan. Anti-Mage bought everybody TPs.
Oh, that's why. Is that why there's like 100 TPs laying all over the place? I think all the Roche Pit TPs are probably C9s, and they've left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The thing is, there's only one hero in the game that doesn't have BOTs. He felt bad for Lil. He said, "Don't worry about buying any more scrolls," and he gave them all of the scrolls he could possibly need. I'm sure they could
You
be
think
like,
this Anti-Mage is buying wards? Because I would hope so.
I would certainly hope so. But yeah,
Can't
okay.
be bothered
Smoke
to click.
status.
Just
There is
declare it.
no smokes on Radiant. There are 2 smokes on Dire. Couldn't Cloud9 do something with that? I mean, I know they've been using the Moonlight Shadow, the BOT plays, I feel like something could happen with these smokes. I mean, they're a creative bunch. They could even solo smokes for whatever Aui's doing down bottom. Does force Mag's BKB. It's only a minute cooldown. And, yeah, he'll just walk away. Mag, by the way, going for his Hex, but doesn't want to buy out. Oh, mid lane, Highlight Die getting abyssaled. He will almost be mana voided down, but he actually gets away, and he does still have an Aegis. Odd enough to say. Now Illidan in the base. Where's Abaddon? He needs to keep him up. Yeah, they just blink out. Now, gonna see down bottom, there is gonna be an attempted RP, but he gets healed up and he'll be forced back. The Brew Split pretty much worthless as well, but a swap not gonna prevent Aoi from escaping it.
Does this Jakiro oil up before this game or what? Like,
okay,
so slippery.
Okay. Brewmaster, can he blink out? Can he blink out? No, he gets scaled. He doesn't have a blink anymore.
No, he sold the blink, so no, he cannot blink out. Fiend's Grip. Lots of damage, physical coming in from Bone 7. He BKB's up, gets the Fiend's Grip. No Abaddon to save him. He'll be down. But guess what, guys? He's got a buyback.
Yeah, only one really lacking that's of huge importance is the Lycan.
Yeah, even Abaddon
1 minute
to
on
an
that.
extent.
Yeah, I mean, those are important. Don't get anybody having buyback in this game is relevant, but the really important ones, they're waiting on buyback from Eternal Envy. 1 minute. And that means, as it stands, he's still not able to pick up an Abyssal Blade, which kind of
invisibility.
Like, if they had the Abyssal right now, I think they'd be in a game-winning position. Unlike the, past 100 minutes. But we do see Anti-Mage blinking up the high ground, a little bit dangerous. The Hex will connect, but will they actually be able to bash him down? No, Abaddon's here, dispels it, and they try to turn around. FNG, fine with the throw time, even against the Poison Nova, and Bata forcing that early with that nice Dagon. It's going to be Bone 7 to bring down the Vengeful Spirit, but Anti-Mage does kill off the Venomancer in turn.
Wait in mana pay.
Yeah, Brew not even going to be forced to do the buyback here as they pick off the Venomancer, so Feta down right now. 70 to 57 into the base. They are, though. This is Moonlight Shadow here from Bone 7, trying to bring down the house, trying to bring down FNG. There is a couple more clicks there, but has to watch out for the bash chance. Abyssal was on cooldown. He maybe could have killed the Abaddon. Again, no buyback on that hero. 1,000 gold short. Eternal Envy pushing in the bottom lane right now. Up top, there's Aoi. He switched up the lane. 7,000 gold there. 9,000 on Mirana, 6,000 on, and this is current gold, by the way, not net worth. 22k, 10,000, a couple 7s, 5s. Even the poorest person in the game has 1,300 gold saved up right now.
Now, reminder that buyback, it has a factor of time as well as levels. So in this case, everybody's buyback is extremely expensive. Like, everybody's level 25, of course, but it's also 2,500 gold to buy back in this game, and it's reliable gold, which is kind of scarce when all the towers are dead, and we haven't seen enough kills recently.
100 minute, yeah. Chat's on the spam. We are indeed over 100 minutes, 103 in fact, and we're going to be looking for 9 Roshans, 8 Roshans.
Somebody's
got any idea? It's some massive number. I'm sure someone somewhere is keeping track. We'll probably see the information.
Don't you dare
later.
take that DD rune, Pilot Eye.
Do it, Pilot Eye.
Not even cool. Give it to. I mean, Marana's got pretty good agi game at this stage in the game. 2.75 per level. So at level 25 with this butterfly, she is kind of in carry mode. Not the hardest carry, of course. Doesn't stand up to Anti-Mage or Lycan here, but it's not bad. It certainly is not. Eternal Envy debuting to the mid lane. Big commitment here. The fortification is up on the Radiant Throne, but they're just forcing defensive play so that they can go into DK Phobos easily. And there is no aquatic shield. He's going down. A free kill for them, though he will have buyback.
Story of the game. He dies! But he does have buyback.
Note, it's still, I'll say for the next 20 minutes.
I'm going to keep saying it too. It's the only thing that matters. Fada's in trouble, but he gets off a good Poison Nova. But again, it's the swap from Little that sets it all up. Another kill there. Fada dies, but he does have buyback.
Where's that?
Where's the Necrophos? That was clearly the pick this game.
21 sentries on Lil, because again, he doesn't need. He appreciates the carry supporting him.
That's what happens in the ultra late game. Who would have thought the carry becomes the support so that the support can become the carry?
It's pro Dota. It's not just that they have a courier and a flying courier purchased 3 minutes into the game. It's the fact that the carry buys the wards.
I'm surprised we don't have a bunch of... If I was in this game or any game going this long, I would have just bought like 100 couriers and put them on follow in an endless circle with shift Qs so they were just running around. around in a circle on the map for 20
Might
minutes.
stop somebody. If it takes one right click away from the ancient, it's worth it.
Yeah, right? Just around. Pipe the pans, man.
All right, so Refresher did come out for Jakiro here. You got
Radiant's
Blink,
Ancient
Force,
is
Hex,
under
Eels, BOTs. All right. You can go double Macropire, some more Ice Path. Like, you can't TP away from him.
How is this Dagon only level 3? Like, what?
Stratos died 17
I'm
times.
still really upset.
He's died
about
17
the
times.
Dagon. It's my only quarrel with this entire game is that Dagon and the fact that he didn't use it that one time.
Like 40 minutes ago, at
Yes,
least.
PJ Salt, dude.
And it still probably didn't even have the kill. Like, I don't know.
It would have. He lived with like
think
1
so.
HP.
I don't think so. He had BKB.
That's true, yeah, might not have done the first. Whatever.
Alright, so when's Roshan respawn?
I don't know, man. Let's look.
got-
We should just cover the camera there.
A minute and a half.
Yeah, not too much longer there.
Oh, this is a
Let's
beautiful
guess
game.
guess the HP. Do you think Roche is going to be at 20k?
I think 18,000 sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to quite get to 20 yet, but he might. This game
18,
has been stalemated since I don't know, dude. Like honestly, like 40 minutes in, definitely at 50. So for
Oh,
about
there we
50
go.
minutes.
This is where it starts.
Oh yeah. Who cares if your base damage is low if you're buying rapiers? That's the way to turn Mirana into the carry.
Yeah, and then we gotta see stashed rapiers for the second life when they come back into it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's really hard to call who does. Okay, Pilot Eye was on the high ground here, but Mag didn't have detection against him, so he
That's
survived.
been a big problem this game.
Okay, let's just top lane. There is gonna be a Hex coming out, but this is weird from Fata. This could be him just dying for nothing.
Oh well. He does have buyback.
Yeah, but still.
I thought you wanted to
very
use it,
awesome to be
but-
there. And Hex comes out for Illidan since he does have a refresher in base. He can use that twice, maybe once. What did he sell though? He sold the heart. So he only has 2,000 HP, but he does have 2 lives. Interesting decision.
Roche is back in like 10 seconds. Get the HP here.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be support Aegis again. Like, I don't see why they
Yeah.
would give it to one of the 2 cores.
I want to
even
see,
if they're
like,
there.
Veno's dead forces buyback by. I guess you can't leave your base. Yeah, never mind. Polar really can't. I guess Anti-Mage can go solo it, but he's really.
Anytime backdoor protection
Whoa.
is down, they have to have 3 people in the base and everybody else ready to TP.
That Roche clock just looked so sick for a second. Like everything disappeared but the circle. It was weird. Anyways, Roche is back. HP is 20,500.
Pretty swell.
I was wrong. I said I didn't think it would be 20k.
Yeah, but there you go.
Do you think Roche, do you think Roche at this point?
No knowledge of Dota. I have. That's a page torn out. I have no idea how Roche scales.
Yeah, neither do I.
This change.
Do you think Roche has buyback?
You feel me?
I mean, from the time that this game, he's only got 8 deaths. I mean, over time he's probably got like 10k saved up. I'm sure. How expensive could his buyback be? Where would he buy back?
Fada is tweeting while he's dead.
So-
Because Buenomancer he can't survive. Oh my
So
god.
obviously the feeds are intentional, so you can just use Twitter. Like, oh, I'm dead, guys. Gotta minimize. Nightmare.
Alright, we do see Lil getting
This is a
picked
big
up.
kill. This Ven just caused them a lot of problems, to be honest. But Mag, again, it's just a space. He can skewer this and maybe get another RP. Oh, no, that was actually the second one. He had already refreshed it. There's the BKB now coming up. Lycan's going to run in here, but Illidan shows up. There's the Hex. Lycan's so speedy, going to run away. And FNG and Illidan standing together. Can anything even stop them? Remember, don't forget the Rapier. If Bone 7 dies here, this is all going to be for nothing. He's down. Divine Rapier on the deck right now, getting pinged out by the support. The Venge probably calling the shots from the grave. Beta Abyssal up. He's getting prepped to send some more tweets. He's about to be sent to the grave. And they're going to let him go, or the Nightmare there from the Bane is going to keep Illidan a little slow, and they'll only get 1 kill on the Morana. But guess what?
So the Rapier's still on the ground. They didn't see it, or they didn't.
No, they pinged it. Venge was pinging it. They just don't have the slots, or they forgot about it, or what?
I don't know who was
What?
pinged, but Pilot
Bane,
died.
Pilot Eye! What is
Behold
going on?
Excalibur.
It was pinged out.
Yeah,
Look,
you're right.
allies, Venge,
That's
Divine
back on.
Rapier dropped here.
Yeah.
Certainly they're on TeamSpeak or something, screaming at each other.
I don't know. Maybe it's just heat of the moment. They're like talking about the next thing. But either way, I would put it on the Abaddon in this situation, by the way. Give him some right click. He has the borrow time, so he's not going to feed it away immediately. And the Anti-Mage, I don't think it's an ideal slot for him compared to what he currently has. But, you know, it's hard to call. Either way, it's still in the hands of Cloud9. That's a pretty big deal. Up top, it is going to be the jump initiation. Whoa! Owie. Going just too far in. And the big deal here is this observer ward on the high ground to the west of it. They can see him, they can jump him, they can find the opening, and he won't be able to do his quick trigger finger blink when they already have pretty much in their reticule.
Never in my life would I have dreamt of saying the 110-minute Vladimirs on Abaddon has been completed, along with the 110-minute Assault Cuirass on Lycan. I think it's just a little late from their average timings, but I'm not positive. We don't have a stats man.
Look at the fucking experience graph right now. It is 0.
The chat's gonna rage if I open that graph again. Meanwhile, Pyle die.
I guess would it always go to 0 because of how
yeah, because everyone hits 25, right? It has to even out eventually.
Okay, I didn't even think about that. I don't think I've ever seen a 10 level 25 hero game, honestly.
Yeah, so it's flat at 0.
Bottom lane, Eternal Envy, jumping in, blink out from Lil. They don't want to kill Lil. The aura actually hurts them here. But
he used Dagon, I'm proud.
He doesn't get the defensively swap, that's great. Top lane, they pop the fortification on their racks, they arrow, and it does connect onto Illidan. But can they kill him with the rapier? Almost! Look at the crits!
Woo! Imagine if Polar had picked up that rapier. When they watch this replay, if they even bother, since it's so long, and it's probably a gigabyte at this point.
Oh, bottom. They're just going in. Pops the split.
This is a fast little sheep, man. He's been running around a lot. He turns back around to get some right clicks. Could this be the end? Pyle is going to die up top. No buybacks there. AUI respawning this. This is the first time everyone's been hitting the Ancient in a long time, if not the first time. Magnus is going to go down. He's got the buyback available right now.
They force it, they back out with Flutter. Big. He's got his refresher soon, but not the standard RP.
They're gonna hold on.
Is Anti-Mage killing off the Venomancer? I don't know why he stuck around to right-click the Ancient a few more times. It's gonna regen anyways, but it is what it is. Venomancer down, boys.
No bueno. C bueno for VP Polar, no bueno for C9.
So the experience graph is just going to be literally 0 for the rest of the game. The gold graph, again...
I wasn't sure if like they'd still get experience and it would just go past 25. I've always actually wondered that, so we've got our answer.
Experience per minute is going down constantly, right? Like if you look at the chart.
Yeah, well, I've never seen that before, like...
You know what, I agree with you. It's actually an interesting thought experiment. Like, you can probably do it in a bots game, but I've just never bothered.
I didn't think they would have bothered. I guess the programming just worked out to where, you know, it just fills up and then no one gets anymore. But yeah, everyone down to... you know, Anti-Mage with 290 experience per minute just carrying this game.
I actually don't like the fact that it keeps going down because I think that...
Yeah, you lose kind of some information there.
It should go at level 25, what your experience per minute has been up to that point, and it should freeze it. EE under the Observer Ward at Legendary...
I think this game, in our cast, we'll get that change into the game.
Nice. Reddit.
You're on. Do it. Yeah. Oh, Missile Blade does not want to kill the Venge. We'll lose so much damage. 5,200 gold, so you know he's got buyback.
That's the more important thing, more than anything else. Illidan gets the Abyssal Blade off! EE going down!
Oh, big Mana Void. Guess what?
Thou payest dear.
Of course, but... I guess we should say what they don't have buyback. Let's just shut up about them having buyback and say they don't have buyback.
Oh, that's more fun. Alright, fine. I can agree to that. Bane respawns. He did not have buyback.
Okay, so in the base there's a BKB chilling. I guess that... I don't know, this game is so scrambled in my head. I don't know who.
I don't even like remember the lanes.
I guess
I'm gonna be honest. Alright, Anti-Mage is gonna find out AUI! The slippery Jakiro. Mag is here. Not gonna use the RP for that. The Shockwave will do it. I'm gonna look at the kills real quick. 38 on Anti-Mage, 16. And they're pushing up the middle lane right now.
Force 2 buybacks here. That's pretty huge.
Roche is up, by the way.
Oh.
No one's gone for the 21,500 HP Roche.
Yeah, so... 18 armor, hits for over 350, and there's a second Divine Rapier. Are they both on the same, though? Is he slotting one? Yeah, I think he's stashing one.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I feel like Anti-Mage should just have a whole stash filled with... Like, how baller is that? To say you played in a official match and had a stash full of Rapiers? Because Anti-Mage could do it and, like, still have buyback.
His current gold is pretty baller.
Although he is a support now, so I guess he's buying wards.
All the wards. 2 smokes on Radiant as well. Apparently, the pros aren't as fond of 114-minute smokes as I thought they might be. So I obviously haven't really experienced it. I've seen smoke ganks that win 80-minute games, but not so much in the 114 cents. So maybe they're.
I think anyone's too scared to take that high risk right now. Like, it's gone this long. Like, think of the time
At the very least,
investment.
it's a movement speed boost. You can just kit from the courier.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
Just solo smoke somebody and move across the map faster. Either way, we got 1-7 trying to BOT out.
There's a rapier. They're gonna have to know about this one. Please.
Who gets
For
it?
all that is
Lil.
holy, pick it up. Vengeful
fire.
Spirit is now a carry. So.
Buybacks. 1-7 still has one rapier.
Anti-Mage did his job as a support. He supported long enough that Vengeful Spirit has now become a carry.
Suddenly.
That is
unfortunately,
true meta.
power doesn't enhance this item, but I guess that would be pretty OP. Alright, the smokes are purchased onto the courier. Oh, the Cloud9. Dusky the Husky. Look at the base! Look at the dire base! Gem, gem, gem. Gem, gem, gem.
That's not the dire. I am drunk. I need to go home.
Yeah. So they're gonna go for a smoke plus Moonlight Shadow. They're going in. Good flank here. They have to get the Abaddon down. Or Hex the Abaddon, Nightmare the Abaddon, and
Done it! But Illidan has not died in that time. There's also the defensive play, but you gotta be careful jumping in as little. You've got the rapier. They're gonna kill Bone 7 again. Did he pick up the other rapier? Is it on the ground? I can't even tell. There's too much going on. Yeah, it is down in the trees. Mag was purple as well. Couldn't quite tell. Meanwhile, double kill. He will bring down the Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage bot back. Boots of travel right in, still fighting the bashes. The Mana Void's gonna do it. The Lycan is dead again. He does a buyback. Mirana does it and just fed 2 rapiers right now.
Yeah, so who are those on right now? Like, what the fuck? Nobody has rapiers.
Cloud
They didn't.
7.
I think he just left them. Like, there's one in the trees. Oh my gosh.
Wait, where's Venge? He doesn't even have his either. They don't want to give them back, I guess is the thing.
Yeah, so just die somewhere. Oh yeah, it's over here. Okay, so we got 2 rapiers on the ground. Not irrelevant to this game at all. Fatu goes for a gale play, misses it. Doesn't have a force staff to get out, but they're not worried about it at at all. So we do see Illidan
from the trees! The flank onto Illidan, but Illidan's
kill. If they kill Lycan, they win the game.
Yeah, they definitely do. There is no buyback on Lycan for another 6.5 minutes. Fada getting it off the poison Nova.
5 hits and mega creeps.
Yeah, that's all little. He should have kept the rapier, man.
Nah, he's dead. He died. Whatever. FNG. There's a bash on the far side. They whistle him up. He's going down. He will come back in just a moment. This is down to the last moment. Will they kill the no buyback Anti-Mage, or will they kill the no buyback Lycan? For now, it's Abaddon to fall, and everybody is back to a stalemate. Fucking Dota 2.
At what point do we just call it a draw? No points. Do we know what the longest game, competitive game?
It would have been the TI3 game between, I believe, was it DKIG? No, it was IG and...
No idea, but I would assume a Chinese team was in it, especially back in TI3 meta.
It was maybe old DKIG?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. What was it? 100? I thought it was like 109 or something.
136 or something like that.
Oh, 136? Okay, just kidding. Way longer. It was, yeah, 2 hours and like maybe 6 or 9 minutes. Alright, well, this has the potential to break the record, that's for sure. Definitely, this is just a BO1 group stage match. There is not millions of dollars on the line here. And look at that, Squawkins, Lieutenant Squawkins. Did he not see it? He was floating right above. And that was actually the Radiant Courier looking for that Divine Rapier. Couldn't find it. Now, Little Hardy. Oh, we'll actually just go pick it up. Okay, so they've got that Rapier back. The other one is still... It was down here. Did Mirana go and... Yeah, Mirana got hers back as well. I don't know why they didn't scramble a courier in the middle of that team fight. And
I don't... The courier cannot pick it up. The heroes have to, I think.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't fucking play with Divine Rapier.
Yeah, dude, I honestly... We're going to get flamed so hard, or at least I will. I don't know. I don't think couriers can pick it up, so...
Blink away, fucking distracting them all game long.
Yeah, that's definitely it. They can't pick it up. But even... And everyone's got so many other big items... They don't really want to drop it. I feel like Little could have maybe picked up both of them. Like, drop this Medallion of Courage. Armor's nice, but taking away both the Divine Rapiers is probably better. Roche goes down, and it doesn't take long.
But I got to the chance. We had plenty of time, so I googled the longest game. TI3 had DK versus IG at 98 minutes. The other longest game is actually 125. So we're only 7 minutes away. That was 34 weeks ago. I don't think anything popped up in between them, but that was, looks like 4FC versus First Departure versus, I don't know, fuck it, I'm not reading an article while we're casting code.
Please, read it to us.
There was a game at 125 minutes, let's go. 6 more minutes, guys.
6 more minutes. At this point, we might as well finish it out, the long run, so I can at least say I've done something in my life. I've casted the longest competitive Dota game in history, potentially. probably
I would like to
did a
see
shit
more
job.
scouting for Eternal Envy, maybe like, and creating more opportunities to BOT forward. But I think obviously any team would be in chaos right now. Even the most composed competitive team would be like, okay, what the fuck do we do? We have buybacks. Did we track Anti-Mage's buyback? Did we track so-and-so's buyback? Like, it's so hard to keep up with all the numbers, the Roche timer, everything that is relevant at this stage in the game. And so, although mechanically they can't be like really doing that much, like killing up a couple neutral camps, the strategy, like racking your brain to find an answer, is really what it is. This has come down to the last
Here's the
couple
smokes
moves
you
on
wanted
the
to do.
and we're gonna see them try to put those forward. They're looking for checkmate. Backdoor protection will be down with the next wave, but I think they want to go for hero kills. They Moonlight Shadow forward. They're gonna find Lil and DK Phobos. DK Phobos being the big kill.
Yeah, DK Phobos, one of the few heroes that actually still has buyback right now. Everyone's dwindling. Probably why everyone was starting to play so safe. He'll die. He'll buy back. Mag just whiffs an RP entirely. He'll have another one. He's gonna refresh up here. He just whiffed 2 in a row. What is he doing? Both 7 though. Will still fall. Another rapier on the ground. Look back at the base. Half HP. Little. He's got to go. He can still bring these down. They're just creeps. Eternal Envy is here. Can this be the end? Illidan is going to jump on Eternal Envy. If he dies, this is going to be the game. There's no buyback for 2 minutes right now.
Holy shit, that just happened. Like, they went for the all-in on the throat,
Oh my god,
and now
I feel
it's
so
2
bad for
minutes
Mag.
without Eternal Envy. Oh, Illidan's just gonna go right at the mid lane. I mean, at this point, without Bone 7 being able to buy back, without Eternal Envy being able to buy back, all they can do is rats. All they can do is try to keep them on the defensive and they're on base, but Hour 2000, he gets caught out when doing so, and they do get the Yules. This is going to be him going down unless he blinks. Oh, it's his Yules. What the heck's this ward again? The ultimate ward and the fucking P ward. Owie can't rat it, which means they have the sands ticking down in the hourglass. 44 seconds left to get a right clicker on the table. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be DP Polar's chance. They have 40 seconds to get into the base, and even then they only have to face the Mirana without any divines as far as I can see. Yeah, no divines.
Yeah, she's
no
dropped
secrets.
like 5 divines.
Oh, there's one. There's one in the base. Somebody picked it up.
What? How? Look at all the gems. This is the most colorful base. Are they decorating for Christmas? Is that what this game's all about?
This is too epic to make Christmas jokes, okay?
Oh, come on. That was a good joke.
Refresher orb here.
Tactical.
Like, this fucking game. Bane is having some lag issues here. Wait, what? Okay, mid. So they jumped in, they BOT'd and blinked forward here for the jump onto Fata. Fata is abyssal right now with nobody having any hope of saving him. He was trying to get some plague wards down, I'm pretty sure, for the counter
Brain
push.
lag. I also have some brain lag.
That's why I'm trying to carry you, man. I can tell you're tired.
Usual for me. Got the brain lag. Yeah. Let's take another look at the glorious items. There's a bunch, and to be honest, they haven't changed all that much except for the spotting of the rapiers. Little obviously still holding on to his. And yeah, actually, it hasn't changed at all. Everyone's been 6-slotted for so long.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, like, Venge is a Divine Rapier, Blink.
We finally got the Dagon 5. No, it's still the Dagon 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's died.
Yeah, he's actually died so many times.
So, while we wait for Fata to die after the unpause, because he is abyssal in mid lane, let's talk about some crazy numbers. We've got 2,053 last hits for Anti-Mage.
That's got to be a record, right?
42 kills, 23 assists. He has 805 GPM in this 121-minute game, totaling up for 33,000 bank gold. He's about to have half of his net worth in his bank. I don't fucking know.
Anti-Mage is ready for retirement. Nice nest egg in this game.
Net worth is flowing 20,000 gold in favor of Virtus.Pro Polar, but they still have heroes with like 3 vacant slots. I feel like the treads, the TP scroll, maybe not the Yules. Yules is awesome, but it's just like there are so many like very like 2,000 gold-ish items on Lil and on FNG, and yeah. I don't fucking know. I mean, ideally everybody would have like a Blink, Refresher, Scythe, Abyssal, and then they would be able to win the game off of that. Also some fucking Liquid Spheres. I can't help but go back to that.
Yeah, I was requesting that before it was cool. Everyone, we've been sitting at the computer for a long time, so if you'd like to get with me, if you'd like to stand up, we can do some stretching. Oh, maybe some calisthenics. Gotta stay in shape. You don't want to get restless leg syndrome or something. Do some stretching. Get that back. Work it up and down.
I just believe that this game, having come to this level, we look at one of the most important skills in this entire game, reverse polarity. We just saw it whiff twice in a row. as well as several ones where he screws up. He does a refresher first and then the RP, and yet they're still dominating this game right now at this moment. Yes, the Mega Creeps are a minor setback, but in the end, the Anti-Mage just can't be stopped. I mean,
the lowest the Ancient's been, though. 1,000 HP.
It's been pretty well covered, yeah. They have fortification. That's the big thing. Like, it could have 5 HP. Okay, no. It can have...
I mean, it can have 5 HP, but it's probably not a good sign for Polar.
All right, so no Roach forever. Probably not for the rest of this game. I don't even think we can break the 125 with the current state of affairs.
I don't think we're going to do it. I'm pretty upset. By the way, our creeps... almost as your Mega Creeps.
Yeah,
oh my god, because they're still scaling?
The level up factor of Mega Creeps is very interesting. 710. Okay, so essentially, yeah, these super melee creeps have been out for so long, and as like every 7.5 minutes or something, they get an extra level. That to a point, at a certain point, they are as strong as the Mega Melee creeps.
At like 3 hours, your creeps are stronger.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, I guess they cap out. I thought there was like a both of them cap out system, but apparently they can't even override.
So better to give up.
Oh my gosh. So 15 seconds on Bone 7 without any rapiers. Eternal MV down for 50 seconds, period. Yeah, I thought that like they go up to 30 and then cap out there at equal levels, but fuck if I know. Yeah, I mean, this has been an absolutely absurd game of Dota 2, and we're still here. I mean, we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gems of True Sight in the Dire base. We got TP scrolls everywhere, BKB refresher from the Anti-Mage just kind of chilling, but he doesn't need it. Actually, there would be a cool tactic, now that I think about it, of putting it on in your stash so that you can grab it from the enemy fountain, if you need to like refresh your BOTs to jump back or to get another Abyssal off or something, or his Hex in many cases. Yeah, he initiated with Hex onto Fata, then he followed it up with Abyssal Blade, and they should have the right clicks to finish off Mr. Buenomancer.
Did we point out the sheep on Anti-Mage?
Yeah, no, I just said it.
All right, that's what I thought. Yeah. And I highlighted it.
Yeah, no, he dropped Heart a long time ago for that. That was his switch out, and I would argue that both are really, I guess, at the end of the day, if you're disabled as Anti-Mage by Hex, by Abyssal, whatever, and you're not getting bailed out by Abaddon, it doesn't matter if you have a 10,000 HP, you're going to be destroyed. But still, the Hex is the big deal here. It's all about the disables, and nobody has a defusal to purge it off. That's also interesting to note that Rana didn't go for like a Hex purging deal, a stat-based one, obviously, because Domain Rapier is a little bit better. As far as 4 staffs go, there is a 4 staff on Jakiro, who's down towards the bottom with no BOTs. Yep. And there's a 1 on Bane, but he is currently disconnected, and I don't think there's any way, even with Blink, that he could...
Yeah, they were talking about the 4 staffing in all chat, but I don't think it's going to happen. That Venomancer is going to get kind of blown up here. I mean, looking at his armor, he does have... 124, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's got a Poison Nova, so maybe he puts that on and gets him pretty low. I mean, the Heart was dropped, so the HP regen isn't quite there anymore from Anti-Mage. I feel like Cloud9 probably can't deal with Anti-Mage at any HP without the Lycan. But I guess it's really only 15 seconds. Like, if Poison Nova goes off, along with the Veil of Discord, maybe if you can manage to even get the... anything off, actually, because the Abyssal was used. I'm trying to click on Fada. Okay, yeah, it's still a pretty fresh stun, so he's going to be trapped up in that for, what is it, 1.4 seconds? Or 2 seconds for the active.
Yeah.
So he's not casting anything.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Okay, I went through the same logic chain.
Yes, we did the exact same. I saw the number, I read it, and then I was like, that's wrong, and then I looked for another number, and then I said that number.
Okay, so at this point in the game, does Brewmaster ever Primal Split?
I would say no. I mean... I feel like
because
that's the reason
an active scepter, right?
Falls off. Maybe so for the double stomp and the double... If you can get the double Drunken Haze, like, for sure, I guess it's okay, but a lot of BKBs and even MKBs to mitigate that. So Drunken Haze, I feel like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I would say no, but...
Drunken Haze is worthless against this team pretty much because of the MKBs. And the big thing would be Fire Remnant gets crit and evasion.
Yeah.
But...
Maybe for the CC of the... of the tornado, like if they're fighting at your ancient, so they're just
Yeah.
not hitting it, I guess.
Yes, for a base race, I would pop it, but for a fight, I don't think so.
I would
think-
agree.
Unless you're about to die anyways, in which case you might as well,
Then why not?
because you got to buy back BOT.
Exactly. And actually, you don't. Only Magnus and Abaddon have buybacks right now.
Okay, so according to someone who has no credentials that I know of,
I don't have any credentials either, so.
most last hits in a match is 1,367.
Woo!
So if that's true, hell yeah, Anti-Mage. He still hasn't finished farming. He still hasn't come out of the trees. Buff is all hell. He still is looking for that opportunity. But, oh, Pile, I die, please. I want to get a glass of water.
Why is it paused, dude?
This game.
Press 1 if shit casters.
Dude, always shitcasters.
1.
This Twitch TV.
I think I upset PPD earlier. I saw him putting in some chat spam. I'm sorry, PPD. I didn't mean it.
I don't even know at this point. Like, I feel like we've kind of fucking covered these 2 hours pretty well, to be honest.
I feel like we have, yeah. I won't lie, I was pretty checked out between like 50 and 80 minutes, but ever since 100, I've actually been like more hyped than I have for most of the games today.
Maybe DDoSed. That's awesome. Let us play. Let's end the game.
Let us play, please. It's a record game. Actually, should we all chat and tell them to just stop for 5 more minutes so we break the record? At this point, it's more important than the
that
win.
Doesn't factor.
What do you mean?
Only Dota 2 is
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, when they unpause, just sit for 5 minutes and then play as if the Mirana was dead for 15 seconds and Lycan was dead for 52.
According to Pink, the record for the game is 240 minutes.
What?
But that's the non-competitive one. That's just
Oh,
like
yeah. That's probably like bot item farmers.
Anyways. Okay, they're talking about it,
Yeah,
and
they know.
maybe there's.
I think they'll come to the conclusion themselves that they should wait. Dog vs 4FC wasn't any league, says Attic
Dog versus 4FC lasted for a total of 125 minutes, 26 seconds. So somebody did bad math on that.
It was like 3+ hours.
Now I get to read this article because
Can you divide Eternal Envy? Maybe you need some more. I think Eternal Envy needs some more energy, guys. Can we spam him some more energy,
he's
please?
He's his wolves like crazy. Like after 2 hours of doing that.
Yeah, he's like, I thought I was playing Dota. Like, I'm not a StarCraft pro for a reason. Micro, too hard.
This point it kind of feels like World of Warcraft. Like the levels almost seem permanent. You got to go for like raid boss Roshan and get your mythicals.
That endgame gear. This noob's only got the raid finder gear. Totally gonna crush him. Although I guess you'd need resilience in this case.
LFR Roshan.
That's the second time we've brought up WoW.
Yeah, well, you know, once a game hits 2 hours plus 15 minutes of pause, I feel okay for rambling. Like, at this point, theory crafting is done. Like, I talked about Wolf BOTs, I talked about refreshers, I talked about fucking Lincoln Sphere, but no.
The one spam very fast. Faster than the speed of light. Oh, that was my question I had for chat the other day. Can Twitch chat go faster than the speed of light? That's what I really want to know.
Really.
Twitch chat wasn't around when Einstein was, so...
So, in this situation, hypothetically, how long, if all of Cloud9 were in Radiant base and there was no fortification, how long would it take for them to kill off the backdoored Ancient? I would say not too long at this stage.
I don't think it would take long at all.
They got the AC Dezo, which is already a ton of negative armor. That's taken 12 away, so that's half the armor away from the Ancient. And then, of course, they've got a lot of right-click coming in from the Howl, coming in from the Lycan and his Wolves and his Shapeshift and his 1.5 BAT. So even with the damage reduction, I think that it would still go down very quickly. So at some point in time, you have to say even the creep wave doesn't matter as much as just getting everybody in the base. So it's on VP Polar to prevent them, to keep them out of the base and to disable them as best they can, hopefully missing 0 reverse polarities. Speaking of, it's back up in 13 seconds, but, you know, it is what it is. I actually am curious how valid the thing we were talking about with the Vengeance Aura really is.
I feel like
think
it's
less
pretty minimal
valid
now.
With the Divine Rapiers, it kind of gets
Yeah.
alleviated. Along with that, Abyssal Blade is 100 damage, Desolator 60 damage, 88 damage from MKB. These are all green modifiers. So you're only losing out of 166 of your base damage. you're only losing 36% of that. So it's not that big for the heroes, but of course it is 100% of the wolves' damage and of the... Damn it, no necros. Why don't they have fucking necros?
I don't know. At this point, you think everyone would have a necro book. Imagine how much easier the Rat Dota would have been.
You put the Necronomicon in the stash, and then when you BOT backdoor the enemy base, you you swap your BOTs for the Necronomicon at their fountain.
Or you just have an armor of flying couriers waiting in the tree line.
Well, obviously.
Even better, right?
It just looks cool that way.
It does look a lot cooler, yeah.
To show off your like Platinum Roches or whatever.
I think it's also time for Cloud9 to buy a lot of couriers and just scramble them around the tier 4 so they can't click on them.
Just panic mode.
I mean, at this point, like, I would just drop sentries, smoke, wards, and everything around the buildings so they're harder to click on. I'm not sure that would make a difference. The buildings are fairly large, but
if only the Warcraft 3 patrol option existed and you could just
dude, I'm actually so mad they took that out.
I mean, you could shift queue it, but that would
I know.
Be too much. So we're fucking no. Wait, we're 5v4. What the fuck? They're microing Bane. The dead people are my. Oh,
that makes sense.
Dead for 50 seconds. But they figured this might be the game breaker, so...
Yeah, I feel like Cloud9 have fallen here. I don't think Goku was strong enough.
Bata, loses up, getting right click down. No force taps for him. He will
lives? At least a little bit longer. He can put... I feel like he should throw out the Nova. I don't think it really makes a big difference, but... If he could get them even a little bit lower, but...
The cooldown is shorter than his death timer, he can't buy back, so yeah, but whatever. Anyways, top rack's gonna get hit here. No Enfeeble coming out just yet from Pilot Eye, only the Nightmare trying to keep him off of it. There's the Enfeeble, but still the racks will fall. They will not fortify this. Very important. They need the fortify for the tier 4s and for the Ancient only. Now we see down bottom, there is going to be Aoi 2000 getting stunned up, has his Hex, double, he could refresh out another Macropyre, but Mag's got that BKB. They will lock him down. Aoi is down for the count, he just bought back. So die back there, you see them not
Dude, that went up forever! They're about to kill Illidan! Bone 7 respawn! He's got sheeped up, he'll go down, another Divine on the ground, and the GG! And you know Fada was playing that. I feel like he just made the play of the game. Unfortunately, it's the one that they're going to lose off of. The throne explodes.
G fucking G. Like, wow, I mean, how to wrap that up? That was a 2-hour game with a very long pause at the end. But in the end, it is going to be Anti-Mage to prove himself the top